Looks fabulous.
So to piece these together, you would actually join those two to the side.
Okay.
And then you would join a top row and a bottom row to add together. So I can continue stitching, or we can...
Yeah, should we do that?
Yeah,
that might be a
fine.
bit too small amount of time now, sadly, to start the second one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So I can get the sides on here, and then we can make some more corners.
Fabulous.
That's okay. I was going to say, I don't think I've got time to do my second demo now, have I?
Yeah, we'll save it for later.
We'll save it for a next.
Because it'd be nice to see it sort of start to finish, really. It's still better to go to the website at thecraftstore.com if you do want to place your orders. Don't forget, you've got your 5 fabulous options of the one-day special. And you've also got individual cake rolls if you want to go for those. They are $14.99 each. That's really good. Do we know how many strips we get on a cake roll? 20, lovely, 20. So we've got 5 that are all the patterns and all the lovely colours, and then we've got loads of solids that will go brilliantly. Oh, actually, we can show you some. Here we go. There's so many wonderful colours. Look at that. Oh, I like that one. Next. Oh, they're so fun and colourful, aren't they? And the patterns are so beautiful and vibrant. Love that. And then I believe we go on to the solids. There's loads to choose from as well. Yeah, head to the website for any of the others. Just $14.99 for those. Good value, I think. Right, where are we at then, Angie?
We've got our sides attached. I was just pressing them, actually. That's the thing with piecing. You spend as much time pressing as you do stitching, don't you?
But it gives you a better finish, doesn't it?
Gives you, yeah. I haven't pressed those. I've just finger pressed those. We've got that to go on there. So now I just need to chop a few more squares up to continue making the rest.
Okay.
Okay. So we can make some more 2.5-inch squares.
Again, we do have rulers on the website as well. They're your real essentials, aren't they? I think there's a 7-day delay on those. Yes, creative grids they are. Okay, so 7-day delay on those, but worth the wait, especially if you haven't got any in your, you're just starting quilting. I know a lot of people have over lockdown, haven't they?
They're absolutely gorgeous. Quilting rulers, piecing rulers, I should say. Actually, not quilting rulers, because there's lots of different types of quilting rulers these days. But they're really, really lovely to use. And you don't always know that when you're just starting out. You buy what you can get locally. You don't always get the right products. I think I've got another square here. There
perfect.
We go. Yeah. So yeah, they're really worth investing in right from the beginning. As I say, you don't always know, do you, that one ruler brand to the next. But I started out with, when I started, with just a 9.5-inch square, I think. Yeah. And a long 6.5 by 24, along a big ruler for cutting.
And was that recommended to you?
I think everyone needs the big ruler, the big sort of 6.5 by 24. Yeah. So that's really, really useful. And then I just chose sort of not a small square and not a huge one, so I chose the 9.5. And I just had those 2 rulers for a very long time. And then you realise that, if you're doing small pieces, you don't always want to be handling a big ruler all the time. So then I started to add extra sizes, but we all need to just add things when you can afford to, really, don't you?
Absolutely.
So as I said, you can press these. You don't have to press them open. You can press them one way and then press the next row the next way.
But do you find that pressing them open reduces bulk, or not really?
Yeah, because I'm a crazy quilter.
Crazy quilter.
Yeah, anything to reduce bulk.
Yeah.
I know some people think it's a bit controversial, if they've never pressed open. And it's really not a problem unless you love stitching in the ditch. Obviously, if you stitch in the ditch, it's not great.
What does that mean for any beginners?
Okay, so if you're stitching in the ditch, when you come to quilt your project, it means that you will be quilting it in the seam lines.
Okay.
So if, in effect, as you can see, if you've pressed this seam open, and then you're just stitching exactly in that seam line, all you're going to be holding is the thread.
The other stitches.
Yeah, the other stitches.
I see.
I've never stitch in the ditch. My quilting patterns are always either echoed or other patterns. So, Yeah, it's just a problem if you stitch in the ditch, really. I'm really not taking that much care with these. I shall be, because of time.
Yeah, not a problem. So just to finish off then, I'll run through your one-day special options one more time, and we will be back at 8 o'clock, hopefully with power.
Absolutely, and more demos.
Yes, good stuff. All right then.
More patterns. So yeah, we've just made another block
perfect.
there, just ready to join.
Excellent.
I'll keep going.
Good, lovely stuff, and I'll just run through this. We've got a couple of minutes left. Right, so we have the Blue Slush. See, that's reminding me of slushies. I'm thinking about one. I want one. Okay, so have a little look at these beautiful fabrics, all those wonderful blues. Absolutely divine. So vibrant, so beautiful. And this one comes along with the cake roll that's in the mustard. There we go. Next one. This one is the Tudor jump. I love that top one. It's fab, really retro. And you're saying you get 4 of each design, don't you?
That's right.
Excellent.
That's why a normal 10-inch pack would be 42 squares, but I think they decided to go 44.
Which is lovely.
Give everyone, 4.
Nice. So that one has the purple. Put this back. Next one then. Oh, lie flat, lie flat. We'll sort it out. This one is Bye Bye Rain. Oh, I'm going to be... oh, no, we're not going to have time. I'll just do that then. There you go. Now that one comes with the green, the bottle green option. Then the next one we've got is Heaven Opens. That comes with the navy. And then the last one is the Spring Revival. And that one comes with the damson. £39.98 is the price for the £10 saving. You can spread the cost on Flexi Buy. 2 payments of £19.99. They are wonderful, vibrant, bold colours. Let's have something a bit different. Thank you very much, Angie.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good stuff. We'll see Angie at 8 o'clock. But please do make sure you're checking out your baskets. They're fabulous. Right, we've got funky needlework coming up next with the lovely Josie. After that, we'll be back with Angie for the one-day special, and later on, paper crafting with Funky Fossil. Lots of funky today.
Hi, I'm Abs from All and Create. I've been crafting for over 10 years now, and I love stamping, stenciling, creating layers of colors, textures, and creating depth and dimension. All and Create was established in October 2016, collaborating with a group of designers and artists from all over the world, bringing different designs and products in different styles. We pride ourselves with high-quality photopolymer clear stamp sets, dies, stencils, washi tapes and acrylic blocks, all in different size and formats. I hope to bring you inspiration and different ways of using your craft products. Make sure you don't miss the All and Create shows.
What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on Flexi Buy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your Flexi Buy payments. So you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly Flexi Buy payments, offering you extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with the craft store easier.
Hi, I'm Ali from Stitch Fingers. I've been sewing for most of my life. It's a passion of mine. I really enjoy all aspects of sewing. I'm creative in lots of different ways as well, but sewing is the one I'm most passionate about. Designing is a big part of the journey for me as well. I love going out and finding the fabrics to use in the projects and bringing them to you. So make sure you don't miss out. Come and sew with me.
Hi Josie. Lovely stuff. So you've brought us some beautiful fabrics and kits as always.
I have. I've brought my favourite quilt kit actually.
Really? Your favourite?
Favourite.
Ah, let's have a look then. So can you tell us about it's called the Hover Quilt Kit, is
Yes,
that right?
This is a hover quilt kit, and well, when you see it, you'll kind of go, oh, we'll see that. That's why it's called the Hover Quilt Kit, because all the pieces are perfectly cut to size before you get them, so you don't have to do any cutting for it.
Oh, this
Might
is cool.
need to trim a little bit when you've finished, depending on how close you are to your 1/4 inch seams.
Yes.
It's really straightforward, and it looks, well, I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
But then I know I'm biased, but I
Could
really
a beginner
love it.
do it?
Yes, absolutely. It's a great one to impress everybody. If you're a beginner, this is a really good one to do.
Especially if you choose funky fabrics like this. Well, you don't have to decide because we've got the kit with these beautiful fabrics in.
Absolutely. And to be honest, once you've got the pattern as well,
Yes.
it's got the measurements in there, so you can reuse the pattern. You can make another one. You could even sort of, if you were a bit more experienced, you could split it and have 2 single quilts from this, and maybe even a couple of cushions, actually, depending on how you split the border fabric.
Lovely. So what do we get in the kit then, Josie?
So in the kit, now this is going to test my memory, you get all of the lovely pattern fabric, this stuff.
It's beautiful.
You get the little, all the different sized cut strips that you need, and so everything that you need for the front. You get all of the white fabric, and this is a navy rather than black, because sometimes I think when you're putting black in a quilt like this, it can be a bit harsh.
Yeah.
So we put it as a navy. And they are the border strips that you're holding there.
Wonderful.
So that's the bit right around the edge, and they're really long, and they're 1-piece border strips.
Oh,
so there are 4 of them, so you don't need to join them as in and have a join halfway up the side.
Okie doke.
And the white border strips as well, it's the same for those.
Good. And then what are the smaller strips?
So the very smallest pieces. So there are 2 sizes of navy strips, and they are for the edges of the squares, and the very, very tiny little white squares are part of the corners that make it hover.
Oh, so clever, isn't it? It looks like an optical illusion. Also, I love what you do is you send us these beautiful little organza bags.
Oh, yeah. Do you know, actually, in a bit of a tease this, in one of tomorrow's demonstrations, because I'm on again tomorrow, I've used one of the organza bags in the quilts.
Oh, I like that idea.
Well, do you know, I think that they're so lovely, you want to show them around.
Nice. And of course you get your full instructions. So as Josie said, a beginner can do these. It's such a beautiful looking quilt, isn't it? I could look at that. Now, Ross is just saying, and I agree actually, those little white corners, you don't really notice. You don't realise that they're there.
You don't. It's just, it looks like it's just all one white background with these floating blocks on the top.
I love the floating blocks, and I adore the fabrics you've put in. All those wonderful colours.
I should also say that we do actually put in a couple of extra little white blocks and a couple of extra little strips, just in case, because if you are a beginner, sometimes you might want to unpick or re-prepare for sewing some of the parts. So we don't want you to have a spoilt quilt at all, so we have a couple of extra little bits in there just for you, but it is very straightforward.
Gorgeous. Right then, so if you'd like to go for this quilt kit, we can spread the cost for you, and you've got a £7 saving. Here it is, it'll swizzle itself round. Yep, 2 payments of £36, and it's a decent sized quilt. What size do you reckon it goes to?
That is about 70 by 70, depending on how big your 1/4 inches are, but yes.
I like it. Right, 326870 is your item number. Now, we've also got the finishing kit. What's this for?
So the finishing kit is for the back of the quilt.
Okay, to make it look just as lovely.
Yes, so it's 1 piece, again, so you don't have to join pieces together, because that's a wide quilt that you're working with. And if you have 2 pieces that you've got to join together, it's a bit of a pain sometimes to sort of to join them. Also in the finishing kit, we've pre-cut for you the binding strips as well, so you don't have to cut those either if that's not your thing. And we've also put in some fantastic rainbow thread.
Oh, lovely.
So that and I used this rainbow thread to construct it, and I will use it to quilt it, although, to be honest, I haven't quilted it yet. If I get a chance tonight, I might do a bit of them.
Yeah.
So that's what you get.
Marvellous. I love the rainbow thread. I mean, you've got a lot of thread here.
Yes, you do. You get 3,000 yards.
3,000?
3,000.
Wow.
That's a lot. Now it's on a cone, so people
Yeah.
might go, oh, I can't use that on my sewing machine, but you can. So all you do is you fill up 2 spools, and this is a really good tip actually when you're sewing anyway. You fill up 2 spools, and you put one on the top and one on the bottom. And then when the top one is running out, you know that the one underneath is running out as well, so you don't run out of thread when you're quilting.
Right, good idea, lovely stuff. Again, you can spread the cost, 2 payments of £32 and some change, 256,492. There you go, £32 and 25 pence in 2 instalments, and you still get that lovely organza bag. Now, of course, another thing that you might need, so yeah, I would literally go for first pack, second pack and the third pack, because you need a bit of wadding.
You do. You need a nice big piece of wadding that you don't have to join together. It's all there. You can just put the whole quilt together, and without any kind of going out to shops to buy extra little bits, it's all there for you.
Yeah, nice. So this is 80 by 80 inches, so slightly bigger than...
It is.
So it's more than enough.
So the back of the quilt is slightly bigger as well, because when you're making a quilt sandwich, you need the back. You need a sort of a pyramid, so the back to be slightly bigger than the wadding and then the top. And it's 100% cotton.
Oh, it's so soft.
It's very soft.
Snuggly, snuggly, snuggly. £21 and 99 pence. Item number is 199224. Next, then, we've got some rulers. What do we use these for?
So these are the ripple rulers.
Right.
And there is a sample here up on the wall, and I'm going to demonstrate in a few minutes as well.
Cool.
And it's, again, it's a kind of an optical illusion, which is a bit of a theme going through today's show.
I like it.
So you can use it to make an optical illusion, as in a ripple of fabric or a book, or and you can do it so that one piece goes inside another. There are lots of different ways you can play with this to get lots of different effects. And there are two sizes that it comes in. So there's the tall, and there's just the ordinary ripple ruler. And the tall one also has an extra little piece, which is at a 1/4 inch, so that you can do it a different way. So if you don't want to applique, you can add your 1/4 inch on, and you can do needle turn, or you can do a sort of a whole reverse applique thing.
Lovely stuff. All right then, so on your screen then for the duo, it's £24 and 98 pence. That's our introductory price. You've got a £3 saving. 103299 is the item number. I do like this ripple. It's very funky.
I like it. Well, yes, the funky is our name, isn't it?
Yes, nice, nice, nice. Funky by name, funky by nature.
Absolutely.
Lovely. Okay, next we've got a pick and mix of fabrics. Oh, I remember these. They're really pretty. So if you missed out on them, you can get them now. So the first set, here we go. These are the cottons. We go up to here, I believe. That's it. Lovely stuff. So we've got, I love these because they've got the confetti pieces. I've got a tiny bit of sheen.
A little bit of shimmer.
Yeah, shimmer. That's the best word. And it's not garish, it's just a
subtle little bit of something special. Yeah.
That's what I like. So this is the silver confetti.
And they're ombre fabrics, so that they start they're darker at the edges, and then they go lighter towards the middle, and then they get darker again at the edge.
I like this a lot. I just think they're so pretty, and then it goes into that lighter grey, as Josie said, and then back through at the other end.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
I think they're wonderful. Next then we've got the charcoal confetti, which I think is just so beautiful. It's so elegant. I like charcoal a lot.
I like charcoal. Grey goes with so many things, and because, well, it just does, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Grey goes with everything. Women's fashion.
Because sometimes you don't always want black.
Yeah, sometimes it can be a little bit harsh with the bright colours. Yeah, so I think it's a great subtle.
And then we've got our yellow confetti. Marvellous. So that's almost like a sunset, isn't it?
You could do all kinds of things with this. So if you mix the yellows together,
yeah,
you could have something quite fiery, really, couldn't you? I mean, you could really, really go for it.
And the next one we can see is the orange confetti. Lovely. And then following on, there's a theme. It is the blue confetti, funnily enough. Then we've got the pink. That's lovely. I love those two together. And then we've got the green. Oh, that's really nice and limey.
Very bright and vibrant. I like that.
Next, we've got the yellow bubble, orange bubble. And then we go on to our little fishies, our red fish. I like these. They're really funky.
They're great, actually. And I have a quilt in my house, and I have the black fish on the back of it.
Oh, that sounds so good. Now, with this one, I remember mentioning this earlier, you could get some fabric paints on.
Oh, yeah, all of them. I mean, they'd all work well with that. But anything with a white background like that. Or you could stitch with embroidery stitches and threads inside the little sections on the fish. That would work as well.
Lovely idea. Now we've got our water wave. There you go. That's one of my favourites. I just love the undulation of it. It looks real. It looks like it's, you know.
You can see the light hitting the water.
Yeah, it's beautiful. This one is the orange wiggle. Next, we've got black bubble. And last but not least, this is our Aztec inspired. You're choosing any half metre, 3 half meters on your pick and mix. £20.99. Item number is 119198. Next then, we've got the batiks. These are also on a pick and mix. Again, you may have missed out on these the last time, so now's time. £20.99 to get any 3 that you like. So we've got this one's called orange yellow. Next, we've got the yellow. This one's turquoise tooth. You can see the teeth. You can just see those. Next, we're just finding the name. Orange, yellow, green. Lovely.
Yes, very, very straightforward.
Bright green, funnily enough. Oh, no, I love this one because it's got that, it goes into yellows and to greens as well. Oh, here we go. Jimmy's just widening out. Look at that down the bottom. Isn't that fabulous?
It's a beach, isn't it, really? You can just see a beach. Beach with some little silhouette figures walking across the sand.
Oh, I like that. Just turn it into a scene. Love that. So that one's turquoise landscape. This one's the lilac. Purple mix. I love that. Orange tooth, I reckon. Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Then we've got our orange batik. Mm-hmm. This one is purple tiger. Yeah. Orange swirl. Marble. I love this one too. Oh, I love this one. I'd love a scarf in this.
Yeah, that would really work well, wouldn't it? I mean, actually, because we were talking about wearing grey and things, so you could wear these colours. And if you order them in more than a half metre, we'll leave it on.
Oh, good.
On the batiks, we can do that.
Excellent. So, Earth Landscape, that one's called. This one must be the crimson. Oh, I mean, that's rich as well. Hang on. There you go. Ross is going, this is purple.
Print, I think.
Purple print?
I think it's... Do you know, I've said that, but it might not be, so don't take my word for it. I know what the next one is.
He's having a look on the website. I wonder, say that again, Ross. Purple mosaic?
Yes, that's right.
It.
That's right. That's exactly right. Well done.
Right, and then the last one that we've got here.
Purple plant.
Thank you, purple plant. Lovely stuff. Again, you're picking any half metre. So you said that if you decide to go for like 3 of the same one.
Yes, for the batiks we can do that. Yes.
Excellent. Here you go. Here's the website so that you can pick any of your favourites. Picking any 3 then. Look there, they're beautiful, aren't they? I just love batiks. I'm fascinated by the way that they're made. Now, if you've got any of Josie's previous fabrics from when she's been on, or kits, we'd love to see pictures.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see some pictures.
Yes. So I know it's getting on a little bit, but we love it. We love to see your inspiration, and it inspires other people. Now, we've also got these, and then we'll show you the, we'll go to Josie for the demos. So are we calling them?
Half trifle rolls. Trifle rolls. They're 6 inches deep.
Okay.
And you can get a lot more out of 6 inches than you can out of 5, because a lot of rulers, there might be 5 inches, but actually sometimes you just need a little bit of, especially if you're a beginner, you need a little bit extra just to sort of, for that confidence that you have. So we have them 6 inches deep, full width of the fabric, so that's 42, but actually a little bit more on batik, so it's about 44. And you get 2 strips of each colour, except with the mixed one. You get a mixed one. Yeah. So the colours might vary slightly because they're batik, but essentially that's what you get. You want greens, you want blues, pinks, whatever. Yeah, nice. I really like these. This is your green option. Nice. Actually, I used that one to make the ripple. What, the green one? Yes, the green one. Yes, you did, didn't you? I can see that. This one's your purple option. I love the way you tie them up and everything, the little one, This one, obviously, is your pink, but you got some, you can see you've got some purples in there, Yes, there's a pinky, bluey, purpley, lovely, nice one. This one is your blues. Again, you can see you've got light and shade. And then this one is your mix. It reminds me of a stick of rock. Oh yes, please. I would like that. That would be quite nice.
Right, £25.99. Item number is 968911. You can send your pictures to studio@thecraftstore.com. Right, over to you, Josie.
Fantastic. Right, okay. So I'm going to show you how to make the quilt first of all. So this is the hover quilt. Now in the pack, you'll notice that you've got all these pieces really ready cut. Now I've assembled them so that the lines go one way and then the other way, but you don't have to. You can do them all the same way. You can do them randomly, whatever you like, whatever takes your fancy really. And I'm going to show you how to make 2 blocks and then join them together. And once you've got that, you've got the whole system really. You don't need anything fancy after that. So first of all, I'll move the little white strips to one side. There are 2 sized strips in the pack, so make sure that you start with the short one.
Okay.
And you might want to go through all of the shorts together to make sure you do this all at the same time. So I'm just going to stitch this. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch foot. It doesn't really matter what colour thread you use. There's a lot of kind of rules about quilting, but I tend not to follow them. I think
don't blame me.
I think if there's a fabric and a thread that I like, then I'll use them together. And I don't mind if a little bit of rainbow thread pokes through. It's absolutely fine. So what I'm going to do is on the short strips, little white square on the end, and I'm just going to put it in with a 1/4 inch. Make sure that the thread is in there. 1/4 inch seam, and then I'm going to start and stop. I'm not going to go backwards at the ends or anything. I'll stop just before the edge of it, get the next one and the next strip. So this is what I meant by doing them all at the same time, because once you've done them all, you know that they're all done. I know that sounds obvious. And I'm just going to chain piece them together like that and just stitch off the end. Needle up and take that out.
Okie dokie.
So I've chain pieced those together, and I'm just going to snip in between. I'll cut my spaghetti off as I go. I don't like to have a lot of spaghetti dangling.
Is that what you call them?
Yep, it gets caught in your machine if you have too much spaghetti going. And then I'm just going to give it a little iron. So you could just press them over, but you will find it easier to put them all together because this is pre-cut already.
Oh yes, I remember you recommended that before, is to like press the top first.
Yes, it sinks the thread into the fabric.
Okay, nice little tip that.
It really does make a huge difference. I'm going to put them that way. And if you've got 2 pieces the same size, it's a bit difficult when you've got a big one. If you iron them and lift that one up, the bottom one will sort of stay there.
Yeah.
So. Oh. That's it, lovely.
Perfect.
Okay. So, then you need to decide which is the top and which is the side.
Oh, it must be so hard to choose the fabrics.
It is actually, because when the reps come...
Yeah, I bet you get so much choice.
I have to ban some people from work because they get so carried away, and then I get swept up in their enthusiasm, and it's really bad.
This one and this one.
I'll have some of that, that one. So you see how I'm going to put these together? Right, okay. So I've got all. So I'm going to put those 2. I'm going to switch that and that like that, and again I'm going to chain stitch these together. They fit on the ends really nicely. There we go.
And very easy to do.
So straightforward.
Yeah.
So straightforward.
Great.
And I'm not even pinning it. I'm just putting this together. I'll just speed that up a little bit, otherwise we'll be here for 3 weeks.
If you're a beginner though, would you pin it? Would you recommend pinning it?
I might pin just one end.
Okay.
The far end, because really, if you pull it just nice and straight, hold it straight, because it's when it drapes. If I turn it around this way, you can see. If it drapes over the machine like that, sometimes it can distort the alignment.
Yeah.
But if you hold it straight, it doesn't. So if I just.
Don't worry if you need to pull it round.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, don't worry if you need to pull it round. If you come to get.
No, it's fine. I can sort of
It's hard
stand it.
to hear each other, isn't it? Because we're so far away.
And with the sewing machine in between, it's like, oh, what, really? And when I get to the end there, I'm just realigning it.
Yeah.
Making sure that the seams lie flat. and I'm going to leave that in and do the next one in the same way. Just chain piece them together.
This chain piecing, do you do it because it saves you thread?
It does.
Yeah.
It saves you thread, and also it saves you thread cutter because you're not cutting the thread as often.
Okie dokie.
Because it's one of the things about a sewing machine that people don't often realise that thread cutters have a shelf life as well on
yeah,
their
I suppose
machines.
I wouldn't have thought about it.
So if you use your a thread cutter all the time, and it stops spaghetti, fluff, and all kinds of other things.
Yeah.
Again. And I just stitch it off the end. There's no backwards and forwards. So if you're a dressmaker moving over to quilting, sometimes you think you've got to go backwards and forwards on the end.
Yeah.
But you don't.
Oh, that's good.
Because mostly with quilting, you pencil. It's pencil underneath. Mostly with quilting, the ends are covered anyway. So you're all right. Scissors. So I'm just going to separate these.
Okie doke. I love that fabric.
That's great, isn't it?
Beautiful rainbow.
And again, I'm just going to finger press this first.
Okay.
When I'm doing this, I'm making sure that the white is tucked under towards the dark side so that it doesn't show through the fabric. Give that a little bit of a...
When I first ever heard this phrase, the dark side, I literally thought, is there something sinister about this?
Yep, absolutely is. The dark side, always to the dark side. It's Darth Vader. Always Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm. And you have to think about it's pressing, not ironing, isn't it?
It is. And I don't use steam in my iron. Other people do. Whatever works for you works.
Okay.
I think that's the thing. So then you're going to move over to your long strips, but they also need a little white piece on the end as well. So I'm just going to do those in exactly the same way. One piece on the end.
Cool. So if you want to carry on with that little bit,
Yes.
and I can do a lovely recap. Okay, so we've got the quilt kit. It is a really funky quilt. When you see it made, it's like a magical illusion because the blocks literally are hovering. It's really cool. And the fabrics that Josie has given you are absolutely beautiful. They're divine. I can sort of see sunsets and sunrises and all sorts, you know, summer skies when you get the blues and the pinks. It does have a really nice holiday feel, doesn't it? Love that. So you've got obviously your full pattern. This is absolutely fine if you're a complete beginner, but it looks very, very impressive, doesn't it? You've got your full pattern. You've got all the fabrics here for the front, and they're all pre-cut for you. So this is the border. I love that. So it's not black, it's a really nice rich navy, so that then it's not as harsh, and the colours really stand out. And again, there you go, you can see you've got those white strips, and then you get your smaller white and your smaller blue, and then you've got those lovely little squares that create, I think they make the illusion really. And then just look at these fabrics, aren't they absolutely lush? They're beautiful. And the purples and the blues and the, oh, I really feel like I'm abroad somewhere in like the Caribbean or something. That's what they remind me of. They're stunning fabrics. And of course you get the little organza bag. It's a nice little signature from Josie. She likes to pop those in and I love them. Now we've taken off £7. You've got a £7 saving. And you can also spread the cost of 2 payments of £36. And item number is 326870. Now we also have the finishing kit. So if you want to have you want to do the back and do it properly, that lovely professional finish, then we've got the big 70 by 70 piece. I think I'm right in saying that. Have I got that wrong? Oh, do we know how big the back is?
I think it says on the pattern, I think it might say 80 by 80.
Because that's why I stopped myself and questioned it.
I think it's 80 by 80. It's bigger than
it
the...
needs to be a bit bigger, doesn't it? Yes, so apologies, 80 by 80. And then you've got, I love this, you've got the rainbow thread. 3,000 yards on this.
It's great.
So I'm assuming you're going to have quite a bit left over, is that right?
Well, it depends how much quilting you do, I suppose.
Yes, that is true.
Yeah, absolutely. And to be honest, I've gone crazy. I've used it on just about everything that I've been using.
Nice. Well, they go so well with the batiks and everything, don't they?
They do, they absolutely do.
So that is £64.49, or again, you can spread the cost on Flexi buy. Item number is 256 492. There you go, 2 payments of £32.25. And then if you really want everything to complete it, we have got the wadding. This is 80 by 80. It's so super soft. It's just lush. So I would go for all 3 packs there, because then you've got everything that you need. £21.99 for your wadding. I could just stroke this all the time. 199,224. Now Ross is doing some maths for me. Now, if you went for all of that, the quilt kit, the finishing kit, and the wadding, it would be 158.47. But of course, you can divide that, in 2, because it opens up your Flexi basket. So it'll be 2 payments of £79.24. Thank you, Ross, for doing the maths there. And that's for everything. And that's a fabulous start to finish project for you, isn't it? Okie dokie. I'm going to hand back to you then, Josie.
Well, while you were having a little look at the stuff, I've just attached the other 2 L pieces together. And so if I just cut those apart and iron them open.
Oh, look at the greens in it as well.
Oh, there is.
Yeah.
It's fab. So I iron those open. And then they join with one little white strip in between, and that is what gives the illusion. So it's really straightforward. Just iron the other one as well. Oops. I wonder how many times I say oops when I'm on oops.
Oh, no, don't worry. Again, if you've got any of Josie's previous kits or beautiful fabrics, let's see what you've been making. If you want to see your gorgeous quilts or whatever it is that you've been making on the telly, then you can send your pictures to studio@thecraftstore.com, because we love it. We love it, don't we, Jason?
We do, actually. So Myra is
go on,
a very good customer and has made quite a few purchases that I happen to know, and she likes this stuff. So if you've got pictures, Myra, send them in.
There you go, Myra. Finish your dinner first.
Right, okay, so I'm just going to join these together with one strip in between there.
Right.
And you can see how it starts to form.
Yeah.
So I put this together in blocks of 2s and then 2 together.
Yeah.
And then you put a row and another row together as well. Okay. So this is how you just very straightforward. And it just because you've got this little extra bit on here, if I'll just show you this. So because you've got this bit here.
Yeah.
That's sort of because you don't see that different space.
No.
When you're a beginner and you're quilting and you're putting sashing together, there's a lot of heartbreak sometimes if your blocks don't exactly line up. With this, because it's pre-cut, they will, as long as you sew them properly. And because of this, it allows you that little bit of leeway either way. Good. So that's why it's really good for a beginner to have a go at.
There you go, you can see that. It's perfect, isn't it? We're just having a look at the sample. I just think it's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful.
So if I just stitch these 2 together, and then I can show you the ruler as well.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Great.
So pretty. I mean, because it seems like this would come together pretty quickly.
Well, it will.
Yeah.
If you sat all day, you could just do the front in one day, I'm sure.
Oh, I'd be so super.
You just sort of sit there and pull the next piece over. You'd have to have a box of chocolates or something on the other side as well.
Oh, yes, treat yourself, will you? As long as you don't get sticky fingers on your fabrics.
Oh, do you know what it reminds me of? This reminds me of, am I allowed to call sweets by names? They are
Go on then, and I'll say other names available.
Refreshers?
Oh, yeah, those.
Or love hearts, or that
Karma
kind
Violets.
of...
There we go, we've covered ourselves.
All of them. They're all very available. But
you know, those sorts of sweets are my other half's favourites. He's addicted to them.
Absolutely love them. It's the colours and the crispness and and that's just what this is like. The other thing is that just because you bought the fabric to do this quilt with doesn't mean you have to do this quilt.
Yeah, you have to.
So the back of if you want a quilt back for something else, that navy is a really good for quilt back. If you want the wadding for something else, then that's a really good thing. Yeah. And you could join these little... Actually, that would be quite a nice thing if somebody fancies joining these together in a different way and sending me a picture. That would be nice
lovely. Yeah.
I would like that very much.
Ross in my ear wants to know, where do you display all your quilts? Oh, Ross, what have you done?
Do you know, this is quite controversial because when I was on my way here today, so I was driving down the road And I said, I'm very lucky I've got one of these car things that I can say, call Brona. So Brona works for me. And I said, Brona, don't judge me because of the state I've left the place in. Because every time she goes in, I've got quilts all over the place in different places. It's just, so they move around. They move around my studio. Occasionally I take them home.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're in my car. Very rarely do I give them away. And that's, I think, because I always think I'm going to want them for something, or you know, I do use them though.
That's good.
And I think it's good to have a usable quilt. I do have some on the wall at home, and have some, so it's quite. I live in a very colourful house.
Oh, that's wonderful. Jimmy's saying to me that he put your one that's for.
Oh, he did. Do you know?
The one that you keep in your car.
I have a really old raggy one in the car, just for sort of, you know, putting over the what is it called? The back thing of the car. When you're taking things out so you don't get dirty legs.
Yeah, yeah.
And I came in and it was hanging up behind me. I said, get it down.
Well, they're saying they thought it looked great.
You can't hang that up. That's terrible. I'm very flattered that you think my car quilt is...
How did they get hold of it?
Well, I brought it in to cover things because it was raining when I came in. So I just sort of put it over things just to sort of...
Right.
So that, just while I've been chatting to you, is how you join the blocks together.
I'm chatting away. Oh, doesn't that look so beautiful?
And you can see how that sort of blends in with... And then your next block would go there. Yeah. So that's how you do it.
Wonderful, thank you.
Yay.
I'll just do, again, a very quick recap and then we can see, are you going to do the rulers?
Yes.
That's right. Lovely. So you've seen how beautiful and how quickly this quilt can come together. Whether you're a complete beginner or a seasoned crafter, quilter, this is a wonderful set. I just adore the fabrics. You've got your full instructions, of course, easy to follow. And then everything's been pre-cut for you. These fabrics are just divine. I can't help it. It's just taking me on holiday somewhere. Really lush. Oh, Jimmy's saying, where would you go on holiday? I'd go back to Barbados. Best holiday I ever had. Yeah, nice. And then, when we were allowed to go there. Anyway, so you've got your lovely pre-cut coloured fabrics, and then you have the navy. So for your borders, you've got all the strips. So that might look black on screen, but it isn't. It's a really nice, rich navy. Good stuff. And then you get your smaller strips, and then you're also getting your squares and your organza bags. Love that. You can spread the cost, 2 payments of £36, and you've got a £7 saving. So my question is, once you have made this, where are you going to hang it? What are you going to do with it? Is it going to be for the wall, a nice wall hanging, or is it going to be a nice quilt for the bed, or is it going in your boot? It's too nice to go in the boot.
No, well, it can go in the back of the car. We don't mind that, but it's, as long as there's nobody with muddy feet.
Absolutely. Nice. Right, 326870 is your item number. Then we've got the finishing kit. So this is your backing. I would totally go for this together because you want that professional finish. So you've got your big piece here, 80 by 80 we reckon, because it's got to be bigger, of your batik in the navy. Then you've got your pre-cut strips, and you have got the rainbow thread, and of course the organza bag, which I love. I've got a thing about that. Now 3,000 yards on that, which is amazing. If you want to spread the cost, 2 payments of £32 and 25 pence, 256,492. And then if you really want to finish it, then we have got the wadding, which again is 80 by 80. I'm sorry, I know I'm going on about this, but I literally want to lie down on it because it's so soft. It's beautiful. £21 and 99 pence, 199,224. Okay, next then. So these are the rulers that Josie is going to be using in just one moment. Ripple rulers. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these go. Now, it's £24 and 98 pence. That's your introductory price. Item number is 103299. Okie dokie. Oh, we're having a look at the sample. Here we go. Or we will be in a second. 103299 is the item number. Here you go. So you can see, it's really fun. It's got an undulation to it. Again, it looks like one of those illusions. It's really cool. Do give us a call, 01733602000, or here's the website. You can see all the other things that we've got on the show. Now, Josie's got another show tomorrow. What time's that, Josie?
It's at 5 o'clock.
Oh, Oh, okay, so you've got the day. Hopefully the sun shines.
Yeah, I'm going to spend the day in the lovely village nearby and
Oh, I
just
know.
poke around and just have a
Very
lovely
nice.
time.
Very nice where we are. So you can see there's lots of different packs that we haven't seen. Got some 5-star reviews on there. There's the pick and mix. We've also got some inspiration. We've got some books there. Lovely jubbly. All right, I'm going to hand back to you, Josie. How do we use these rulers then?
So, there are 2 size rulers. Let me just look for something dark to put them against. Oh, that's not dark enough. Anyway, I'll put my hand behind them and then you can see. So there are 2 size rulers. There's a large one and a small one. And with the ripple ruler, the tall one is really, I've used this with the roll-ups that we've got there, the half trifle rolls, because this is the kind of thing that I was talking about. You might just want to have a little bit of extra playroom with this. So I'm going to show you how to use them. I'm going to fold this over. On here, you'll see that there's a fold line. Put that on the fold. I'm going to bring it right down to the bottom. And if you're not comfortable using a rotary cutter, that's fine. Use a pencil and a pair of scissors. Nothing wrong with that at all. I might stand up if this doesn't work the first time. I made a promise to myself I wasn't going to cut out sitting down on the telly.
If you do need to stand up, it's fine, Jimmy's saying.
Let me just see if that worked. It worked.
Oh, there you go.
Yay, that worked. That's
I love
brilliant.
your Diddy rotary cutters.
Oh, I think they're fabulous. They're really essential for getting around curves and getting into curves and things. So there's the first one. You'll also see that on these rulers there are some slots. So I use a pencil, and it's a propelling pencil because it fits nicely through the slot. Or let me just see if the pen will fit. The pen might fit actually, because then you'll be able to see that a bit better. It's a bit squeezy. I use the pencil.
Oh, okay, all good. I'm sure we'll be able to see it.
That's fine. Okay, so I'm going to use the pencil, and it's just, I usually use pencil because it washes off nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's one of my grey hairs. That's not terrible. Terrible. At least I'm not cooking. Right? That's good. Okay, so then I'm going to just turn it round and
All right.
just put a little mark.
Okay.
And another little mark. So this is a slight variation. This is different from the one that we've got behind me. This is a different way of using it. And I'm going to do the same thing on another piece. And you'll see that the marks only go one side. You only do the marks on one side.
Do you know, Ross has just said exactly what I was thinking. It looks like a little face at the top, like little eyes that are half closed.
That one there.
Yeah. Funny. The mad things that we see at this hour.
Well, it's very late, isn't it? It's Friday night. And you had that slip up, so you know. Yeah. Okay, so
Right.
you need another colour now. So I've got those 2 pieces as base pieces, and I need another colour.
Okay.
How about
What do you fancy?
something bright? What about this pink? Pink? I like the look of that.
Why not pink and green? Let's do it.
I like pink and green. Pink and green are good. So I'm and on this side piece here, there's a dotted line
Okay.
down the edge of there. You put that on there.
Have you folded that over?
I have.
Okay.
Folded that over a little.
Right.
This is and the dots are on the fold rather than an open edge, and this is so that I can. Let's just see if that works. That might not. Hey!
That's it.
This is
Good
good.
stuff.
Oh, hang on. I missed a little bit there. Fair enough. Right, okay. So that is one of them. Oh, isn't that nice? That's one piece. And I need another colour. Oh, there's another bright pink one. We'll have that one. The problem is, when I've got so many different colours available to me,
I know. I couldn't choose.
It's really hard. It really is.
So yeah, can the reps come round now?
I've had one, and I have to say, I didn't exactly let him in. I opened the fire doors and let him stand at the fire.
Well, no, that's sweet. No,
Made him a cup of tea, and so that was as far as he got.
Yeah.
But yeah. We're not having visitors yet. We're just being ultra cautious.
No, that's very good.
although I am double jabbed now, so that's good. Right, okay, so these are going to go on
I see.
this end of the fabric. Now,
That fits perfectly.
because I've got a couple of these, I can show you how I did the, so if you line them up like this, you get this, the ripple effect that we have behind.
Yes.
So you stitch that on, fold that over and stitch it back, and that's the ripple effect. But I'm going to show you a slightly different thing. First thing I need to do though is attach these to here, and I'm just going to stitch around there.
Is the curve easy to stitch around?
Yes.
Oh, good.
So when you're stitching a curve, if you're left-handed, or well, if you're right-handed anyway.
Okay.
So if you're right-handed, if you try and stitch inside the curve, so if I just do this now, so that's the way my hand naturally turns.
Yeah.
So I would start with my hand inside the curve.
Okay.
Rather than stitching this edge, I would stitch that edge.
Right.
So that's what I would do. And I'm just going to put a straight stitch on this to start with, because I did a satin stitch in the end, but if you start with a straight stitch, use the same colour thread that you would use for your satin stitch, because then it doesn't matter if it shows through a little bit. And I'm just going to go from top to bottom. I'm not even going to go all the way around. See that how easy that was to have that little curve.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to come all the way down there and do the other one as well. Really straightforward. I'm going to need another strip as well in a minute.
Okay.
Because I need a background colour for this one.
So are these fabrics from the pick and mix that you're using, the batiks?
These are from the 10 6s and 3s.
10 6s and 3s.
So the 10 6 and 3s batiks are, you get 15 pieces of 10 by 10s,
Okay.
15 pieces of 6 by 6s, and 15 pieces of 3 by 3.
Oh.
And it means that you get a really good variety in your pack. Okay.
Oh, good. Ross has found it. We can change the details then. Here we go.
So I've
10
used
6 and 3s.
So I've used a mixture of the rolls and for this. So this one here, did you see the line that we had? Oh, put spaghetti off. Spaghetti's got to come off. So the line that we had to begin with, I'm going to iron that back on that line.
Just while you're ironing that then, let's show you these 10 6 and 3s. They're $24.99 for all of those. Item number is 848700. So why put them in those sorts of sizes together?
So 10 by 10s, really good size to work with.
Yeah.
6s and 3s will applique onto them.
Ah, okay.
And if you have 3 by 3s, sometimes you need a corner block on things. So you could slice the 10s and make a border around it. There's just lots of sort of combinations that work for those.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've put that one back. Just going to fold that one back and put that one down as well. Okay. So if I need a background colour, and I need to fold this one back as well. And then I'm going to stitch them down onto a background piece. And it looks like the one slot's inside the other. And that's the optical illusion for this one.
Oh, I can see the line there. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Great. Okay. So let's have, there's a different coloured strip here.
Okay.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so start at this end. And then this one slots inside of this one.
With those colours, I keep seeing watermelons.
Yeah, actually I can see that as well. So you have a choice. You can either put them like this, or if you have them so that they're hovering out slightly, it looks like there's a kind of a... But
like
I prefer
it's literally going into it.
inside, like a stack of cups there. And if you want to make a curve, it's really simple to make a curve, because you can just put that further up, and when you're stitching around, that'll capture the stitches in there.
Right.
But that, and so I'm going to stitch that down, and we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
I can show you a book as well that you can do with this, but it depends.
Sorry?
A book.
Oh, we've got time. We've got
Brilliant.
about 13 minutes or so.
Oh, fabulous. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just stitch this down with the I'm going to use the rainbow thread. This comes in the other pack, but I've used it for everything. So.
I know. Well, you get so much of it.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
It just overflows. It's fantastic. And pinning. Okay.
So this one you definitely have to pin.
Yes, this
You
one I
don't
have
want
to
it
pin.
moving.
Because if you're pliquing onto an... Oh, there's a little line there. I'm going to be told off for ironing on my cutting board again. I do it frequently and people tell me off frequently.
Do they?
They do.
Oh.
I get little messages saying, you shouldn't be doing that. And that's okay. So I'm changing the foot from a 1/4 inch to a zigzag foot.
Right.
I am going to change my stitch to a zigzag stitch.
Is that for decoration?
The zigzag stitch means that it goes from side to side,
Yeah.
and it's to go over the edges to seal all the edges in.
Okay.
So it'll stitch it on. So you could if you weren't confident, you could stitch this on with a straight stitch,
Sure.
and then go over the edges with it. But I'm just going to do over the
Yeah,
top of
lovely.
it. I'm going to be brave.
Go for it.
And then if it doesn't work, I might cry.
No,
later
don't
on.
do that.
Oh, it'll be okay. Right. Okay. So if you wanted to, there we go. I've narrowed it. Shortened it, I mean. So I've shortened it. If you're going through lots of layers, you need to still leave it quite long, though. So, okay. Okay. Look at how fabulous this rainbow. Oh,
I
do you know
know.
what I've done? I've forgotten to do something, so I'm going to take it out and do it again. Because, and this is quite a good way of showing you.
Okay.
So when I did do the one up there, oh, there it is there. So stitch and tear. This is one of the add-ons you can use actually. I've used a bit of stitch and tear behind it because if you don't, can you see how it's bunched a little bit there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do this one with the stitch and tear.
Is it fixable though?
Oh yeah. You just put a little. Yes, it is.
Don't worry.
Yes, it is. Just trust me, it is. It's
Okay.
very fixable. I'm just going to use a bit of stitch and tear. You don't have to use this, but the reason that's happened is because if you're stitching through a single layer and a double layer at the same time, there we go. I'll do this bit with a stitch and tear. Love stitch and tear. Once you start using stitch and tear, you'll wish you discovered it a long time ago.
Yeah.
Your life will be a lot easier.
Do we have any on the website?
Yes, in fact, I think it's an add-on at the end of the...
Oh, excellent. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Ross has just confirmed.
Yes.
It's an end of call. So when you're checking out your basket, you'll see you'll get the offer of popping that in as well.
So if I just do this, you'll see, and that you get the most satisfying feeling when you're pulling it off at the end. It's absolutely wonderful.
Oh, here we go. We can show you the end of call. There you go. What items have we got then? Okay, so we've got the Bonder web. We've got a thread pack, and there you go. You've got the stitch and tear. So you could add any of those to your basket. Perfect. Oh, look at that rainbow. Oh, I like that.
Isn't that marvellous? Now I'm going to stop there, and I think I might secure it actually. You can see how that's going to come out. Isn't that fab?
Oh,
And if I
it's
just go through this, I'm just going to go one little bit over up the other end. It's just so much fun. Now, I've gone ahead a little bit for tomorrow's show. One of the samples I've got hanging up behind me, and I've used the thread on that, but I've also used some of the Funky Needlework lead.
Yeah.
And that would work on this as well.
Okay. Oh, look, here we go. We're looking at that sample. That looks really cool. And just as your company is called, it's Dead Funky. It is, yeah. He is really cool. I like that a lot. Nice. So if you do want the rainbow thread, that's in the finishing kit, which is on the screen.
Sorry, did you say something?
Oh no, I was giving updates and things, and no, don't you worry. It is. It's because we're so far away, and then with the machine.
Oh, the machine is. I mean, this is a quiet.
It's not a loud machine.
No, it's not a loud machine.
We're at a distance.
But you can see there how that gives that optical illusion of.
Yeah. There we go. We'll
Yeah,
come to the
there you go.
overhead.
Little cups slotting inside one another. Little drips. That's great.
I really like that.
So, shall I do the book?
We're just going to have a teensy little break, and then, yes,
Brilliant.
we've got time to do the book. Marvellous. Because we're just going to tell you a little bit about Flexi Order if you are new to us here at Hochanda.
What is Flexi Order? When you place an item on FlexiBuy in your basket, you qualify for Flexi Order, which means any other items you add to your basket will also be included in your FlexiBuy payments. So you can spread the cost over multiple monthly payments. After your first payment is made, your entire order will be dispatched. When you add at least £60 worth of any items to your shopping basket, either online or on the phone, you'll qualify for our Flexi Order offer. This means you can spread the cost of your order over equal monthly FlexiBuy payments, offering you extra flexibility when you shop with us. Flexi Order, making your shopping experience with the craft store easier.
Right then, we're going to go back to Josie.
I'm just deciding whether I should use the big one or the little one. What do you think?
What did you use previously? The big one?
Yes. Shall I
Let's
use
use the little one.
I'll use
Yeah.
the little one. That's fine.
Oh, a diddy one. That's cute.
The Diddy one. Oh, this is lovely, actually. Nice size to use.
Now, again, if you do feel the need, you want to stand up, it's fine. Jimmy can get a shot.
Do you know, I'm so impressed with my cutting today.
Well, no, we are.
Oh, just, you know, just my own cutting. I normally bring a tiny little rotary cutting board.
What's? Oh, I was going to say tiny. I thought you were going to stop at tiny little rotary cutter. And I'm like, yeah, but that's tiny.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, right, do you know what? I'm going to start up for this one.
No, go on.
I think my look's gone now. Oh, that's better.
Concentration.
Oh, there we go, one little bit there. Okay.
Cool.
Marvellous. Okay, so, do you know, my mind's gone blank. I'm desperately trying to remember how to do it now. Okay, so the idea of the book is that you have, where's the little bit? There it is. So I've got two pieces here the same. Oh, it doesn't work so well with the little one as it does with the big one, but that's
go
okay.
for the big one then.
We'll go for the big one.
Okay.
We'll go for the big one. We'll go for the big one. I like the big one. Because you have separate pages. I think it's just the length of it, really.
Right,
Otherwise
right.
it looks like a little short one. But I do like the little one. I'll make something with that and bring it back tomorrow.
Yes, lovely.
So I hate waste.
Oh, sorry, I made you cut it.
No,
Sorry,
you don't. No,
Josie.
no, it's not waste. It's just, it'll go in my UFO pile. Everybody has one of those little UFO piles. So instead of using the little slots and things,
Yeah.
there's a tiny little 1/4 inch, add a 1/4 inch seam allowance, which has decided to run away. Oh, I heard it.
What,
I heard
what?
it. There's a tiny little dot. Can I use your tiny little dot? In front of your ruler, there is a tiny little dot on the table.
Oh, yes, we can get
Can
that
I
to
use
you.
your tiny... My tiny... do you know, the last thing I said before we came in out was, I'm going to be tidy. And it didn't work. I'm not being tidy at all. So I need a
Okey-dokey.
darker colour for this. So this is... I'll use this other green one here.
Okay, so if you do want to go for the rulers, it's £24.98. 103299 is your item number.
Thank you very
So
much.
you'll get that tiny little dot.
Just like magic, it just appeared.
Indeed.
So thank you very much. So this tiny little dot, this is where the 6x6s come in handy, because I'm going to make this slightly bigger. So I'm going to just put this on. Do you remember? There we go. So this is the bit that I have to really concentrate. So there we go. So I can make this slightly bigger all the way around there.
That's such a little... Do you know, it reminds me, if you remember when we had the spirographs and everything. That's what it
That's the
reminds
one.
me of. It's very cute.
Very, very cute.
So that gives you, was it 1/4 inch? Did you say?
1/4 inch.
Excellent.
So if you wanted to do needle turn, or you wanted to applique this on and in some other fashion, because
Yes.
there's lots of different ways, that's what this allows you to do. And you couldn't do it without that.
Yeah.
So because I've got, this is designed, this kind of rotary cutter for using without necessarily having to have.
So you just freestyle this?
Well, I'm cutting over
Yeah.
the pencil line that I just drew.
Okay.
And it rounds off the corners nicely for you. And essentially this is...
Is it like the outer part?
Yes.
Because it's bigger, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's way ahead of me. I couldn't think, what is the outer part called? Cover.
The cover, yeah. I just said the outer bit, I know.
The outer bit, the outside bit, that's
That
what it is, that's what it's called. So if you've got somebody and they are having a graduation or something like that, you can make a, and I'll just use a little bit of green. So there's the inner part.
Okay. How sweet is that?
Fab, look at this. And if I put the slots on there, you can applique this on like a little book. And it does look like a book when it's all put together.
That'll look really cool, all those shades of green there.
It's absolutely
That'll look really cool.
Fabulous. So I really like the different sizes actually, because the both...
We've got a minute left, just so you know.
I'll
Let's
cut
see
them
if we
out
can do
and
it.
place them over it.
Yeah.
And then you can play with them. But actually these shapes on their own,
They're cool, they're usable.
they're quite nice shapes, isn't
Yeah,
it?
aren't they?
Yeah, fuzzy felts. That's what we have, fuzzy felts.
It's that little squeak when it goes round.
Oh, it's like I'm strangling something, a little mouse or something. Okay.
Cool.
So when this is all stitched together,
Yeah.
you stitch your lines across there like this.
Oh,
quilt it,
brilliant.
and you get a little book.
I love that. That's so sweet, Josie. Okay, so if you want to do all of these lovely things with the rulers, then do check out your baskets. Here they are. So it will come with that little innie bit, that little circle.
The innie bit.
Yeah,
yes.
it's like a button, really. £24.98 is the price. 103299. Don't forget to check out the hover quilt kit. It's absolutely beautiful. You can go for the front of the kit, you've got the back of the kit, and you've also got the wadding. But have a look on the website. So we will see you tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yes, you
and
will.
have a lovely day. And I hope the sun shines tomorrow.
It's going to be gorgeous. I've ordered sunshine, so it's going to be gorgeous.
Good. We're very happy about that as well. Lovely. See you tomorrow, Josie.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm finished for the night, but we're still going. Here's Janice and Angie. We've got the So Crafty one-day special. Again, beautiful fabrics on that show. Later then, we are paper crafting with Funky Fossil. Have a really lovely evening, whatever you're doing.
Hi, I'm Anthea. I'm from Quilting Antics. Quilting Antics started around 2011, 2012, I'm never really sure. At one point we nearly became the cushion company because we churned out so many different cushions. But we'll do bags, we'll do cushions, we do book covers, we'll do things for your sewing room. So don't miss the Quilting Antics shows. Hi, I'm Lou from Studio Light. Studio Light has been around for about 40 years now. They're based in the Netherlands. It's a family-run business with a great heritage. The products that Studio Light bring us are very diverse, fantastic dyes, great papers, but all round on trend. Over the 40 years Studio Light have evolved. They listen to me, the demonstrator, and you, the customers, and really take our ideas on board. We'll share with you the diverse techniques and products will inspire you to produce your own individual pieces of artwork. So make sure you don't miss the Studio Light shows.
Hi everyone, I'm Phil Martin. I've been a paper crafter for well over 20 years now and a designer for just over 10 years. Sentimentally Yours is my multi-award winning brand of clear stamps, rubber stamps. I've now also introduced lots of craft dyes in there, designer papers. I have my mediums where we've introduced the Flawless Media brand into the Sentimentally Yours family. We aim to inspire you, to be educational and to teach you how to get the most from the products that we're bringing to you. The Sentimentally Yours family has grown to include my good friend Julia Watts and our new designer Trudy Howard. Hopefully we're all going to bring something different to the show, so you're going to be enriched with lots of different ideas and inspiration.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're well and having a lovely night, and I hope you are enjoying staying with us here at the craft store. We are live all the way through until 10 p.m, but then we've got a whole host of shows going on throughout the night. We are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, full of inspiration. We've got a fabulous one-day special lined up for you. African wax fabrics, they're world-renowned and recognisable throughout the world as well. Instantly recognisable because the pattern goes on both sides perfectly, and that makes them quite unique. They are 100% cotton as well, so you've got fabulous quality and you've got vibrant patterns which are absolutely incredible. Even if you use just a thin strip of your beautiful fabric pieces, you will still capture the essence that was intended in the making, my word. And the time it takes to make and create these patterns and the fabrics, well, it's pretty incredible, it really is. So you're buying something that not only has taken time, but also have the quality of those printed fabrics as well. We've got some great deals, we've got meters, we've got half meters for you, and I've got a fabulous guest as well. We've got Angie with us. How are you, Angie?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, very well.
First time we've worked together.
Yes, it is.
Lovely, lovely,
Great.
Lovely to be with you. Now, you are a designer and an expert quilter.
Yeah.
So
well, a crazy quilter.
Oh, I like that. Crazy quilting. So what do you love about these fabrics?
Well, as I was saying earlier, I've not been working with them too long, actually, just this year, but I absolutely adore. Previously to my textile career, I was a graphic designer, so instantly drawn to all the pattern and shape, obviously. But it's really helped me as well work more with colour.
Yes.
You know, to me, well, quilting full stop has made me more adventurous with colour.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just wonderful, aren't they? The depths of colour, the patterns, they're just amazing.
They really are, and you're quite right. Using colour, I think more and more colour is coming into our homes here in the UK, and we're making our cushions, we're making upholstery, we're upcycling furniture, making little footstools, making clothing, not just for us, for our pets as well, little coats and scarves and things like that. So we're adding colour, and even if you're just adding a patch of colour to a shirt or a jacket or a top, it makes all the difference, and it's all the trend. It's all the trend at the moment. So what we've got lined up for you is a fabulous deal, and it means you've got the chance to divide the cost as well. So let's take you through the different options. We've got some quite nice names as well. So you've got a 44-piece layered pie, and you get 4 of each pattern, and you're also getting a 20-piece cake roll. They've got some gorgeous names, haven't they? It just makes me feel hungry. Right, so we have got different options for you. The size, well, they're 10 inches, aren't they? 10-inch squares.
Yeah.
And the strips, they work out to be 2.5
inch.
2.5
but
inch.
they're long, as I said, the plain colours, the solid colours are 58 inches wide, thereabouts. So
Wow.
they're wider than regular.
Gosh, yeah, so that's, it's a good size to start working with, whether you're quilting or doing any other kind of projects. Shall we go through the options? My goodness. Now, the first one is called the Blue Slush.
Yeah.
What a name. Predominantly blue, as you can see, but again, the patterns are quite extraordinary, and you've got lots of different colours to go alongside that blue. And if I just take the top one off, you can see it is the same each side, and it's the quality of the fabrics, isn't it, Angie?
Yeah, they've got a stiffness to them. Some are stiffer than others, but that does actually, when you wash your project or wash the fabrics beforehand, if you're buying it by the metre, when you wash them, that does soften often.
Yeah.
And they are 100% cotton.
I really like the fact that you can see the pattern exactly the same on both sides.
It's very tricky to see which side is the right side on some of them.
Yeah. Beautiful fabrics. You might see some of the fabrics on repeat but in different colours. This is a lovely one because with the bird in particular, you could cut that out and have that as an applique. Use the rest of the stripes as well for different options. How about journaling? Covers for journals, for example?
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. And I think with all of the fabrics, even if you were just to sew them together randomly, they would still look absolutely fantastic.
Which is kind of what I did here a few months ago behind me, Janice.
Wow.
So this was kind of taking, sort of the 2.5-inch strips and the little 5-inch squares. And I just wanted to show people how, you know, because some people can be a little bit intimidated by all that colour and pattern.
Yes,
but just separating it with a little bit of plain.
That's marvellous.
Isn't that
lovely?
It works. And I didn't think about placement, you know.
You just did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what's nice about it? It looks designer, doesn't it? From the word go, all of these fabrics look like designer fabrics. So this particular layered pie comes with your mustard roll. These colours very, very in at the moment, blues and mustards and greys. So a good idea maybe to pop that one into your basket. Like we say, even if you just use a thin strip of this to add an accent to a project or something like that, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. The next one, this is your Tudor jumps. Your Tudor jumps. Do you know what? I'm just looking at these. This might be my favourite. I like the colours in here.
That's a gorgeous pattern as well, isn't it?
Lovely. That one reminds me of something from like the 1970s. Very retro, but very on trend.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And remember, you're getting 4 of these pieces.
I love that tealy colour in there.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. This kind of pattern, let me just bring that forward. That's something that you do in your mixed media projects with your stamps. And all your different paints and layers. So you can see how your card making, your your love of mixed media will cross over into fabric. And just because we're talking about fabric, you don't have to be making quilts or haberdashery style. You could be using these for your journal covers or in your journaling. You could use these and add your different threads to these to do embroidery and make them even better than they are. So the predominant colours going through here, I would say, are your purples and your greens. You've got some beautiful yellows in there as well, absolutely spectacular. And this particular layered pie comes with your purple roll at the bottom, so you can see how we've blended in the colours. The next up, you've got Bye Bye Rain, and I was looking at this earlier actually in the top one, Angie. In this one here, that I thought looked almost like a bit of a butterfly and a bee in there. If you have a look, just there, look.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like a little insect.
It's very sort of dragons to me.
It is, yeah, dragons and wings.
But I've not seen it in that colourway. I've only worked with it in red, you know, which is very sort of Chinese dragons.
Yeah, it could be.
That,
remember, these are the same each side. So your predominant colours in there, well, it's an all sort colours, but we've got lots of this particular design in here as well. And you get the bottle green roll with this particular option. $39.98. You're saving £10. It's an incredible deal for a 44-piece layer pie and 20-piece fabric cake roll. In other words, you've got 10 by 10-inch fabric squares, 4 of each. You've got 44 in total, 10 designs, and you're also getting your roll as well. The next one is Heaven Opens. I do like this one. This comes to you with the navy roll, so you've got some lovely coral pinks in here. You've got some turquoise colours. That's the red. That looks incredible.
That's that design, yeah. I think it's the same design, isn't it?
It's a similar design. I think that's, I think that could be a bit larger in its design. Wow. Imagine just cutting out those elements. Absolutely incredible. And then moving down, you can see the other patterns that we've got in here really starting to build up those wonderful colours. There's that bird again, but in a different colour. These could be pathways if you've got any kind of design that you're going on for animals, like dinosaurs. Love those. And that comes to you with the blue roll at the bottom. Your next option, this is Spring Revival, and this one comes with the, is it the damson we're calling that in colour? It's like a wine colour. And I would probably say with this was this would be instantly recognisable as an African style fabric. A little bit like batiks, aren't they?
I think the colours as well. I was saying that particular selection, it's very safari.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful sandy colours, but with those kind of autumn shades too.
Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Remember, you're getting 4 of these pieces. That is superb. Again, it all looks like designer fabrics, but you're getting so much. 44 pieces in total for all of your different projects. And my word, you will be adding a bit of colour to your designs. But remember, these could go a long, long way, because you could be mixing these with your plain fabrics. And we do have some plain filler fabrics on the show as well. Right, we've got more for you. We've got more for you. Now, these are your favourites, aren't they, Angie? So we've clustered these into sets of 5 half-metre pieces.
I was having a conversation with a lovely buyer here, and she said, wouldn't it be great for you to choose your fabrics, your favourites? So I had to, I went through about 125 images.
Did you?
One day.
Wow.
And, made lots of notes.
Right, so let's start with the first set. This is your Starry Flow. Why put these together?
Well, I just loved all of these for their floral attributes. Some are very obvious, you know, with sort of, like you say, you could cut out and use the flowers individually. And some are just more like complete, you know, floral backdrops almost. They're gorgeous.
That is incredible.
Stunning.
Yeah.
And great for sort of, like you say, bag making or, you know, sort of, you know, well, any kind of project really.
Now, do you know what I love about this one? I love the background in this particular colour, but I like the way you've got these lighter leaves that are popping.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Very, very inspirational. And again, the colours that are used are, you've got this beautiful pink underneath with the yellows and the blues, colours I wouldn't normally put together, but I'm absolutely loving. I really, really am. So that's your first set. If anybody wanted 2 of these, would it be in a continuous cut? I think it would be. Yeah, perfect. Right, so £24.85, saving £5 on your deal. Your next section is Geometric Vision.
Yeah.
Why these together, Angie?
Well, I looked at the geometrics because in patchwork in particular, we're told to steer away from anything sort of stripy or, you know, too geometric. And I thought actually these would be fun not to chop up so much. As, you know, they do work chopped up. But actually, to save time, you could just quilt along some of the geometric lines in these, and you've already got, you know, it can already look as if you've done a lot of work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And just use that. And then the other ones that you're coming to, they've got gorgeous borders almost.
Wow.
You know, so, you know, as table runners or placemats and things like that, or even, like you say, on bags, I think they would just be stunning.
Actually, I'm just going to get this one out because
I love the fact that it's almost like more than one fabric.
And you're quite right. You know, when you get these home and you feel the quality.
Quality is lovely.
It's amazing. Just to open this out, just wanted to show you, because you could actually just use that as like you say, it's like a table runner. If you were to cut that in half and then add the other half to it, because you've already got that wonderful border on there. And they get softer as you wash them, but they feel extraordinary, don't they?
It's a really nice quality.
Love that one. Very
love
vibrant.
that as a scarf.
Oh, do you know what?
It's beautiful.
You absolutely could. Almost. Let me just get this round here. A bit dapper. Almost like a cravat, like a tootle scarf. Other scarves are available.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Have a little brooch there for a male or female.
Definitely.
Or a Janice. Or tying in the hair like that.
Oh yeah.
Would look. Just adding a bit of colour.
Amazing.
It's about adding. Well, you know. I might put one on later, just like that. It's about adding colour, isn't it? And sometimes when you've got the fabric that's already got the beautiful colours to it, then you can do something like that. Just pick it up, like Angie says, and just use it as a scarf. That one is incredible. Love that. Right, your next option is your orange cream. So we've got some beautiful oranges and blues and creams in here. Why these together, Angie?
I think I was just, the oranges, the depth of colour in all of these fabrics, but particularly the oranges, I think they're just gorgeous, aren't they?
They really
the
are.
one on the very end is my absolute favourite out of all of them.
Is it?
So I had to choose an orange collection.
This one?
Yeah.
It's like camouflage, isn't it?
I've got to make myself some clothing out of that.
That,
Just
yeah.
love it.
That's beautiful.
I just
and
love
again,
a tunic or something.
each side's
Yeah.
the same. So if you did have to turn it over, for example, it's going to match. Or if you were to make a bag, I like the way that it's got your panels in here. So you've got one there, you've got that particular side, and that one. So you could cut this up.
Yes,
and have
the
it in
middle
sections.
bit's denser pattern, isn't it?
Yeah. That would make some beautiful clothing. A nice skirt or a dress or a shirt, for example, back into a waistcoat. I can see why you love that. That's absolutely incredible. So those are your options, and you've got £5 saving on those. We've also got a pick and mix for you. So that's 575744 is your item number. Right, your pick and mix features most of the fabrics we've seen so far, but with these, you of course can pick and mix and choose. We'll bring the details up on the screen. You get 1 metre of each, and you're picking any two. And they're going to be cut in a continuous length if you go for one set 2 times over. Now, which way do I need to go so I don't ruin your shot? I'll just step backwards. I don't know my left or right, Angie, so you'll have to get used to this. I'm not. It's like left a bit, right a bit. See, right. They're starting on my right. It means nothing to me. Angie or wall? Okay, Angie. Right, let's go here. This is your Sahara Camouflage. Absolutely stunning. Again, you've got that orange in the background. You've got that beautiful pattern that really pops because you've got the navy surround. Next along, you've got your African Tudor. There's a lot to choose in there. You've got some great borders, great designs, so you could chop and change and cut into that. Then we've got pick the side. Do you know what? It's kind of like a 4-4-2 in football, isn't it? On a football pitch. I like that one. Another favourite of mine. This is jumping screws. Very industrial, but also very, very modern, isn't it? Love that. Next one along is your... Is it grape or grate? Grape panel. Again, you cut those out individually. The next one along... That is your pale petals, and again, it's the same each side. Very, very extraordinary. It really is when you get this home. Now, I know I'm rushing through these, but I do want to get to demonstration. If there's any that you want me to get out and show you totally, just email in. It is studio@thecraftstore.com. Now, that's a stunner, isn't it? That's your jumping twines. Next along is Angie's favourite, and that one's called, is it Pink Burst? Pink Burst, even though it's kind of red.
It is. It's orange, isn't
it? It is, isn't it? Yeah. But we'll call it Pink Burst. Why not? Why not? What's a burst between friends? Now, this one almost looks like a basket weave. That's incredible. And that one is Raving Grass. Next along is your undone panels, which is lovely, isn't it? Next along is your cat foot grape. Who came up with these names, Angie?
It's Mikhail, who's...
Cat foot grape. Okay.
Not me, I was going to say not me.
Do you know what? It's exciting to know what the next name's going to be. Right, the next one is called Grey Petal. No petal in sight, but it's Grey Petal. The next one is, well, that one's Green Petal, probably because the green looks like a petal. The next one along, Ancient India. That's
gorgeous.
That is a stunner. Yeah, I'll see if I can open that out a little bit more because that's an absolute stunner. That really, really is. And some of the fabric, Angie, would you say it is directional, or do you think it's all multi-directional?
Well, some of them are very obviously directional, but yeah. I've not worried about that when I've worked with them.
Just go for it.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
This one is your Twirling Abyss. I like that one. I think that would be great for journal covers. Love that. This next one, another favourite of mine. This one is called Don't Touch the Grapevine. I thought they were telling me not to touch it, but it's called Don't Touch the Grapevine. Love that. Here's a nice one. This is your tube blocks. Again, love that. Then you've got your swirling purple, even though there's not a... Swirling purple, right. colour-wise in there, just to let you know. You've got red and you've got green, but it's called Swirling Purple.
I just thought maybe Mikhail's colourblind.
Maybe. And then the final one is your Flying Princess. I'm just going to take this one off because I just want you to see the size of the fabric. There you go, so I'll hold it over. So that's a good size. It's a metre piece of fabric. So where are we? There you go. So it's a great size. I mean, imagine that just as it is as a quilt cover with some edging around it.
Yeah, with a border.
Or maybe as a blind. That would make a gorgeous Roman blind, would it not? You know, if you do like the creases in it and you fold it up, that'd be lovely. That is so fresh and delightful. Right, so that's your pick and mix. And it's $14.99 for any two. Excellent value for money. And you've also got the solid colours on the pick and mix. So these are your filler fabrics. It's a different item number. You can pick any 2 metres, £11.99, saving £3. So having your filler fabrics instantly alongside your pick and mix, all with your one-day special. We've thought about that, so we've made them available for you. So you can actually stock up now. So when you get your fabrics home, you can start to create. Aren't they amazing? If you want to see how any of these colours go with any of the patterned fabric, again, please email in. It's studio@thecraftstore.com, and we'll see what we can do. We can see what we can recommend. We've got an expert with us as well, so we'll see what we can do for you. You can head to the website. That's where you can go and have a look at the 5-inch squares we've got available for you, and you can choose any 3 of these for $24.97. So you've got a mix. This is great because you've got your prints and you've got your solids to choose from, and because you can pick any 3, you could pick 2 solids and a pattern, or 2 patterns and a solid. It's entirely, or 3 solids, or 3 patterns. It's entirely up to you. But what we want to give you is choice and variety. Now we've also got individual cake rolls as well, and individual layer pies. I know it sounds like a menu, doesn't it? That you're going to order and I'm going to deliver food, but we're not. It's fabric. It's fabric. So we have those available for you. You can have a look at those on the website. We've got some lovely pattern pieces for you. And we've also got the plains as well. You choose, you decide. Right, shall we head to Angie for our first demo?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Great stuff. Well, as we've just pointed out, some of these fabrics are absolutely stunning, and so sometimes it's nice to choose something that's not chopping them up too much, that's showcasing them. So I was looking at different options, obviously, to showcase with you over the weekend, and I just fell in love with this. It's called a single Irish chain, which the little demo piece that I've done here that you can see. And I don't know if you can see the little just 2-inch squares that are just running through and in the diagonal. Okay, so this is the single Irish chain, but also what we've got is we're showcasing each square, if you like. So this is using your 10-inch square and your 2.5-inch strip. So here we can see one pattern. You see, it's a square with the little squares coming off it. Here's another one with its 4 squares, but they make up obviously a little 9 patch where they join. But it's a great way of just putting all these different bold colours and patterns together.
Do you know what? Doesn't it work? Doesn't it work?
And it works, even though it's not a a plain strip between like we've done previously. But the diagonal just really, I thought it was a really sort of lovely way of showcasing it. And
do you know what I do with that as well? I mean, it just looked absolutely marvellous as a quilt, and a real designer-looking quilt as well. But how about, if you've got like a table, and you've got, like a table that's got the removable glass?
Oh, yes.
And if you put some of the fabric underneath the glass, wouldn't that look amazing?
Actually, some of them are worthy of putting in a frame, aren't they?
Well, do you know what?
Fabrics,
absolutely. Yeah, they really are. And the time and the process that goes in with the copper rollers, and they put the wax on, then they dip them in the colour, then they wash it off, and then they put them on the other wax rollers that are dipped in wax, and they put that in the colour. It is an amazing process, and then it finally arrives at your door. It is incredible.
Beautiful.
And they do look lovely together.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's that one that we said was kind of dragon-esque as well, that red one. So that's what I'm going to show you, how to make one of these blocks, because then it's about, you would sort of make them and position them in the colours that you like next to each other. But you can see that you're only, as well, if we've got 44, you know, 4 of each kind. So how many have I used here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 8 here. So you can see really how, you know, you'd get quite a big quilt or a little mini quilt. So I've chosen, this is my 10-inch square. So the first thing that we need to do is to cut 1 2.5-inch strip off it, because that's what we're going to create the little 4 squares that are surrounding your inner square with. Okay, so we're just going to chop a 2.5-inch strip off that first.
And the navy, the strip that you're using to cut the navy, that comes with one of the options.
That's right.
On your one-day special.
I think it's Heaven's Open that is the actual collection I'm working with. Is that right?
This one here, the Heaven's Open. Yeah. So it's this one here with all these wonderful, lovely colours. Absolutely incredible.
So
really, really are.
I'm saving a 2.5-inch strip to make my squares, and then because these are a little 9 patch and these are 2-inch finished, so that will be a 6.5-inch square that we need for the centre. So I shall cut a 6.5-inch square from the remainder. We just need to square this up.
Now, with them being 100% cotton and with them having that lovely finish to them, and of course they get softer as you work with them, would you, Angie, wash them before you work with them, or would you work with them and then wash them all together?
I think with pre-cuts, obviously, you don't want to pre-wash pre-cuts because you've already got that raw edge.
Right.
So I would work with them first and then wash the project once you're done.
Excellent.
With meterage, it's a bit different.
Is it?
You know, because you know, you've got a bigger piece to work with.
Yeah.
When you're working with a 10-inch square, sometimes we use all of the 10-inch square.
Right.
You know, so we don't want to lose any.
Got you.
Or have it go, you know, all frayed around the edges. You know, so some of the fabrics we don't know how they're going to react, do we?
Yeah,
with all fabrics in the washing machine, they will very likely fray.
If I wash them, they will. Would you pre-wash the meters, the larger pieces of fabric?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
It's interesting to know, isn't it? Because we have a lot of people new to soft crafts, and it's always good to, you know, pass on the hints and the tips and the education.
I don't generally pre-wash my quilting fabrics, and I haven't with this one.
No.
So I can come back and tell you what happens when I've used, when I've given that a wash.
You go to sleep under a double duvet and you wake up with a single duvet. No.
But I know dressmakers do, because of if you're making a garment, you don't know how much of fabric's going to shrink either.
That's my excuse. I always say that. Oh, the fabric is shrunk. Wash my jeans far too many times.
So here are the pieces I've chopped this 10-inch square. There was my first 2.5-inch strip.
Yep.
Then I chopped a 6.5-inch square, and what we've got left over, this is kind of the only wastage really, this little tiny little bit. This piece is quite a reasonable size, so we can put that to one side, and we could either make it with a border or a binding. From stitching all the little pieces that you've got left over. You could use that in something else, or use it to make a few more squares at a later part of the project.
As you're cutting into it, it still looks absolutely. I was just looking at it here on the monitor, what you guys are seeing on the overhead camera, and when you see the pattern like that, you think, oh no, don't cut into it. But the more you cut into it, the more fascinating it gets.
I found it really, as you say, as a quilter, you're told to steer away from geometric patterns altogether, because you can't guarantee that you're going to cut it, you know, at the same, you know, in line with the angles. But actually, I've played around with these fabrics, chopped them up and not worried. And actually, like you say, they still work, and they still look really, really, you like to say, designery. So now we're going to, as I said, the 2.5-inch strips are a really good length, and they're a beautiful quality cotton. They've almost, I would say they've almost got that sort of, you know, the nice quality that linen has to it, but it's not. It is 100% cotton.
Yeah, you're right. You can feel
it's a really
the quality,
nice
can't you?
quality, and they're a really good length. So
this is such good value for money. The layer pies on their own, that's if you were to go for the layer pies on their own, they're $39. They were $39.99 at full price. So for a penny less in the one-day special, you are getting your cake roll, and you're also getting your layer pie as well. In English, That's your 10-inch squares and your 2.5-inch rolls, strips. $39.98, divisible into 2 payments of $19.99. We will send everything out at the same time, but you'll pay over 2 months interest-free. Add a dash of colour, add that inspiration, whether it is for soft crafts or you're using it within a mixture of your crafts, maybe covering books or adding to pictures as well. Lots of people are cutting up fabric and creating images. My word, you could do so much with these wonderful, wonderful African waxes. Instantly recognisable worldwide as well, because you've got that wonderful technique of putting them together and the fact that they look the same on each side. So you don't have a right or a wrong side. It's very, very difficult to see which side is which because it is as vibrant on the front as it is on the back, as you can see just there. Absolutely incredible. All you need to do really is choose and decide which ones you're going for. And if you need any help, of course, you can have a look at your cake, your strips, your fabric cake roll. To go for the main colour. So you've got the mustard there, which matches the blues. You've got the lovely purple there. You've got some main colours of purple in your second one. You've got the greens, which match the greens. You've got the dark blue navy, which you've got all sorts, but navy quite prominent in all of them. And then you've got that lovely wine-esque colour, which matches that lovely sandy, almost safari style. And that was your favourite. The correct name for that is Spring Revival. Spring Revival. That one is the favourite at the moment, Angie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Very
Quite
good.
a lot of, I like to say, the sandy neutrals in there.
Yeah, that's stunning, that one, isn't it?
And so, yeah.
Beautiful. Well,
I don't think we've bought a collection of that tone and colour before.
No, I don't think we have.
Yeah.
And then you've got that lovely pop of blue in there to boot, which is lovely.
Lovely.
Which is excellent. Back to you.
No problem. So I've joined my 2.5-inch strip to my 2.5 strip of navy, my pattern to my navy, and I'm just going to chop these now up into 2.5-inch rectangles, if you like. And these are what's going to create that little 9 patch off the top. So
I love the way you sew it together and then cut it up and then it looks different again.
I know, it's crazy patchwork, isn't it? Just buying beautiful fabric and chopping it up. It does, it makes me laugh, really. But it does, yeah, create some wonderful depth to some of the patterns, or additional depth, I should say. So we've just chopped those up. And it's more about, really, it's not difficult patchwork. What I wanted to show was something simple, but then looks, you know, tremendously
vibrant.
Yeah, and quite complicated. You know, you think, oh, how's that been done? So it's really nice effect. So once we've got our square, then if I position these off each edge, like for putting together, and basically, if you then choose your next square and do exactly the same, and you do that several times, choosing which ones you want next to each other. I've got some little pieces here as if I've done that, just to show you how it works. So maybe I would have something like this going on.
And would you say, Angie, excuse me, don't worry too much about matching up your colours. Just go for it.
Go for it, yeah. And then with this kind of design, here I just need a plane to go in there. You can basically see that you've got your...
Right, Angie, we've just lost your mic. Well, we know it's still on you, but maybe the batteries have failed. But we're just going to check your microphone. But what I'll do is I'll give you a run through of your pick and mix, if that's okay. These are very popular. Now, these are metre pieces, and you're choosing any two. Now, if you want a bigger piece, of course, it will be a continuous cut, which means you just choose one twice, and then you'll get that continuous cut, which is amazing. If there are any of these that you want me to get out and show you the whole entirety of the pattern, then please do email in. It is thecraftstore.com, and we'll get that sorted for you. So the first one that we've got here, this is your Sahara Camouflage. Absolutely gorgeous. And you've got your patterns going down there. If you wanted to cut that in strips, that would be perfect to do so. Love that. Right, your next one. Wow, now that is just incredible, isn't it? With those limes and the deep greens and your pinks, absolutely incredible. So that one is called your African Tudor. The next one along is Pick the Side, which is kind of like a 4-4-2, or it's like a football team. Maybe that's why they've called it like that. I like that. Next one, which is the one we're using in the demonstration, is your Jumping Screws. So a lovely design if you're into, you know, if you're into your steampunk. This gives steampunk a colour, because you could almost see those like pipework, for example. Next along, you've got your grape panel. Now again, I would be inclined cutting that up in sections, maybe using that as borders, going across. Coming down, it's not so in line, but going across, that's how that pattern goes, which is lovely. Lots of interest in that. Now this one's interesting, isn't it? This is your pale petals. Do you know what? I'm just going to break the line. Do you mind? I am sorry. I'm just going to get this out to show you, because this deserves to be seen in the entirety. Shall I step forward and just unleash this? I just want it. Are you ready for this? Look at that. Now, isn't that absolutely marvellous? It really is. When you see it, with the colour, with the blue, and you've got that gorgeous wine colour in there as well. I just think that's absolutely magnificent. In fact, I would leave that as is, and I would probably just put a border. Oh, look at me. I'm into my soft crafts now. I would put a border going all the way around just to make that into a quilt. It is simply divine. And do you know what? You can't tell the back from the front. Isn't that incredible? That is the quality of the fabric you're getting. And all of the others are on the website. You can go on the website and have a look at those. It's a pick and mix, any two, £14.99. Absolutely fantastic. You're spoilt for choice. You are spoilt for choice. But you will have a continuous cut if you go for both the same in one design. Oh my words. Right, busy, busy, busy. Are we back, Angie?
Well, I think so. Can you hear me? Okay.
I can, yes.
That's
perfect.
good. That's good. I was just carrying on sewing while you were, while I was having my rescued batteries changed. Okay, so I was just laying out those for you to see, like you were saying about, you know, lay them out with this particular type of design. I would suggest you lay the squares out next to each other.
Okay.
Purely just not really looking at whether the patterns clash, but more if you've got a dark next to a light, something like that, just to really make them showcase even better. You know,
sure.
Choose something, you know, like I've put the purple next to the bright pink and that lovely bold green, just to make them work really hard. So once you've decided on your layout, then you can start joining these little 9 patch blocks together. So I've just, all we've had to do here, we would have had the 4 pairs of our next squares along that would come in the pattern, and just joined one little navy square on there. So I'm just joining these now just to show you the 9 patch. And all that's necessary really is just making sure you've got those nice sharp squares. So you can pop a pin in those if you wish, or if you're happy just holding them as you stitch, that's fine too.
Now the navy that you're using comes with one of the options on the one-day special, but you can buy that as a metre piece, because we've got the plains, the filler fabrics for you. That navy, I believe, would go with all of the fabrics, because it's dark, so it makes all your colours pop, but it's not black, so it's not too dark. But you decide.
I think that's what I tried to demonstrate here.
Yeah.
It's the black and the white.
Yes.
It's if you like dark colours or light colours. You know, white will obviously, you know, is quite obvious to go with everything. But actually, the navy, it's got a real richness.
Yeah, I really like it, and I'm just watching you pop it together there.
Yeah.
It's if we can, it's a really nice navy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so it's a really, like you say, it does add a richness. I initially, when I started to work with these fabrics, thought it's got to be black, you know. And then I thought, oh, actually, let's have a look at some navy, and I really like the navy with them. Like you say, I think navy would go with everything.
I think it would, and it's an even navy. That's the way I describe it, an even navy. The fact that you look here and it's the same tone as it is here, as it is here, as it is here, because sometimes in fabric, Angie, you can get sort of light and dark shades and variants just the way that it's been dyed, but this is the same colour all the way through. I hope that makes sense at home. It makes sense to me.
It's very the density of the colours is really
beautiful.
Good.
So yes, it is available on a pick and mix, and as you can see, it goes with a lot of the fabrics, if not all of them. And all of the colours are available. So whether you want metre pieces, whether you want strip rolls, whether you want 5-inch squares, you can get all of the colours in any size. That's the plain fabric, so you can head to the website. So if you're thinking of a project in mind, but you want it cut to a certain size, we've got it covered for you. Back to you, Angie.
That's fine. I've just added that last row on there, trying not to waste too much time pressing. The fabrics have got such a good stiffness that you can actually finger press. In fact, I had no first fingernail left this week. I've done so much finger pressing.
Really? Oh, bless you.
But there we go. That's actually, that's come out really well. And there you can see it now fits my 6.5-inch square perfectly, ready to join onto there. And so you can see how the pattern then would continue when you make that up.
It's marvellous, isn't it? It really, really is. It's something different. It's what we're giving you is the opportunity to get a collection of fabrics. Maybe these fabrics are not your first choice. If you were to go into a fabric shop, you would comfortably go up to the traditional patterns. You would comfortably go up to their block colours, because that's where you feel safe. That's your safe zone. But why don't we just throw that to one side at the moment and go for something completely different that I and Angie know you will enjoy working with so much. And what we've done is we've got the one-day special in different options, but we've cut down the size of the fabric so it's not too overwhelming. You've not got a whole metre of fabric times 44, you've got 44 pieces of 10 by 10 inch fabric. So it's not too overwhelming, but you've got sets of 4 to work with if you want to then start to put that together. So it is perfect for your quilting and perfect for your projects. And you've also got your strip rolls as well in colours that coordinate with the fabrics. Now, you can get individual strip rolls if you want even more, and we've got so many colours for you to choose from. So you can head to the website. We've got the prints and the solids. The prints are absolutely gorgeous. And again, you can do lots of different techniques with these. You can start to sew them together in a row, a little bit like a picket fence, and then you could start cutting through them so you can really style up your haberdashery and your bags and your cushions and your quilts and your clothes and your journal covers. You could even use these for building up and creating masks, for example, or maybe a little doggy coat, or maybe a cat basket. That would be nice. You could stuff it and it'd be all jazzy. They'd love that. I know Millie would love a dog basket in this fabric. She really, really would. Right, $14.99, saving £2 if you want to go for the strip rolls. And we've got some great colours. And we've got some great fabrics as well. 20 times 2.5 inch, $14.99, which is a brilliant price. Right, 15 minutes left. Back to Angie.
Excellent. Well, I've just sewn that together just to show you how that works. And like you say, even where this geometric pattern is here, you know, we chop this up and we haven't really looked at where it joins. Actually, I've got a perfectly diagonal line joining across the seam there, actually.
That's brilliant.
But they just work.
Yeah.
And the really pops of colour between the navy. So that's how you'd build that particular pattern up. I'd like to share with you a completely different project. And this is using 2 of your 10-inch squares. One plain, one patterned.
Wow.
But like you say, the beauty of using the 10-inch squares is that we're getting the choice of all those different fabrics to play with, rather than like, oh, you can't choose, you know, you can't make your your choice, or it's too much to buy all of them.
Yes.
But you're getting a little taster of lots of different patterns to work with for lots of different projects. So this is really quite simple to make. But you could continue making bigger strips of this into a big quilt. You could make this into just a little funky table runner. You know, just keep it this big and put a board around it.
It looks fantastic.
So it's quite a nice little project, but made with half square triangles, so we can do a lot with half square triangles. So that's what I'd like to do next. I think we've got time. So basically, all I've got here is, again, we've got that, that lovely geometric, but with the purple in the background, and a plain one, a plain 10-inch square. And I've just drawn a pen line from corner to corner on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stitch 1/4 inch either side of those diagonals.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take that to the machine.
Now you can buy the solids in your 10 by 10. So you've got those available for you. Now, shall I take you through the colour choices? Do you want me to do that? Oh, okay. So you've got your Jubilant Summer, which is beautiful pink. The next up, oh, that is gorgeous. Oh, sorry, this is all Jubilant Summer. Yeah, of course it is. You get 44 pieces in total. So you can see there you've got some wonderful colours. You've got your blues in there, your turquoise. Again, you know, if you're building up a picture with fabric, lots and lots of people are doing that. I think it's a great technique to do.
Really love to have a mix.
It really is.
Because I don't think we've bought that before.
So that's, again, going for something like this, it's going to go with all the different fabrics that we have available to you. $34.99. The other ones, yeah, I do have some more actually under here that I can take you through. So that's your why can't I say that tonight? Jubilant. Sounds weird when you jubilant. I'm just going to move on. It's a great summer. Is this Spring Awaits with the blacks and the fawns? So again, you've got those lovely blacks, all 100% cotton. Really nice finish as well to the weave. I don't know if you can see that, which is really nice. So you've got your greys in there, some lovely browns. Oh, that is gorgeous. I'd kind of think that this was more autumn than spring, but you know. There you go. And we've got some creams in there as well. Moving over to your blacks and your greys. Those are the kind of colours you do see in spring. maybe they're thinking about the trees that come back. It could be, yes. A spring in other places in the world.
I stitched a really wavy line then because I was too busy trying to see what you were doing and ahhing at.
The next is Majestic Sunshine, and you can see here, actually I'm going to show you this one first. It really is a majestic sunshine with the different colours in there, with your mustards and your yellows. You've got your greens for your grasses and your fields, the lovely lilacs in there, reds as well as that lovely wine, which of course we all love to drink when the sun is shining. Drink responsibly. Some more mustard colours in there, and your greens as well. So these are great little packs, great little mixtures. And again, these are going to go with all of your fabrics. $34.99, 44 pieces, $34.99. Also, the layered pies are also available individually if you want to go for those. So we've got lots and 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 lots of options for you. All you need to do is decide. And if you can't decide, I'll choose for you and just send you out a random pack. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. Right, Angie, how are we getting on?
Okay, so I've simply sewn those 1/4 inch seams either side of the diagonal lines, and now it's just a matter of chopping. But we have to chop it in the correct order. So instead of chopping on my pencil lines first, I'm actually going to chop the vertical and the horizontal first.
Okay.
So we're just finding the centre and trying to keep everything nice and square. And I'm just going to put a slice through there. This would be really helpful if you've got one of those pivoting.
Yes, one of the pivoting mats. Yeah, yeah, we did have those. I don't know if we've still got them. You can probably find them on the website.
I tend to work on the corner of my table at home, so that you've got two sides to work from. And then I'm going to, so I've chopped the vertical and horizontal, and now I chop the diagonal. So I'm just going to slice through there, and then just move my trying not to move anything.
Okay.
Not too bad. Again, this is making use of the whole of that 10-inch square, so there's no waste whatsoever. Well, a wee fraction when we come to square up. So we've chopped it into 8 pieces.
Oh, lovely.
And these will all make half square triangles. And any quilters out there will know straight away that you can make tons of different patterns with half square triangles. So basically you would press that, and these will, I'll just give that a quick press just for speed. I have some pre-done for you. I just want to show you trimming down. So then you would take a square and trim this to a nice neat size of finish. So they will trim to 4.5 inches,
okay.
Which is a nice size to work with. So just make sure that you've got the diagonal on your ruler.
Yep.
And you can see that you can sort of put it on one side, or put it as close as you can on 2 sides. That looks pretty good on the diagonal there.
Do you know bunting would look amazing in these fabrics?
Oh wow, yeah.
Wouldn't it? And I think, well, I'm hoping next year we've got a 4-day bank holiday to celebrate the Platinum Jubilee.
Oh wow.
Is it the Platinum Jubilee, or was the Jubilee? No, the Jubilee. Yeah. Platinum Reign of the Queen.
Wow. I didn't know that.
I think she's the first monarch. It's the longest reigning already, but I think she'll be the first monarch to reach platinum, or to still be a queen or a king. I know she's a queen, but you know what I mean. When they're 90 years old. It's amazing.
She's doing amazing, isn't she?
So get the bunting out.
She's
from the Commonwealth.
incredible. You can see how they, you get different sections of all the, but as you've chopped it up, of all the pattern, and it's quite nice sometimes to. As a designer, I often like to plan everything to the nth degree. So having these random chops into these fabrics, actually, it makes you open up a little bit with your design.
Wow, look at that.
So you can see how you get different chunks. I've got some here that I've already trimmed down and pressed for you in a different pattern to show you how we then lay it out to make this beautiful pattern.
See, even just a part of the fabric, you've got something really interesting there, haven't you?
And then particularly with these circles and, like so many of these patterns, these fabrics, you think, I can't possibly chop that up.
Yeah.
But actually, when you see it chopped up, they do work beautifully. So the way I remember it is to have 2 points on either side.
Okay.
Like that. And then we're going to have the middle bit, which goes like that, to create that sort of twist in the middle.
Now we don't have to line up the piping in this particular design. It's not that. We're looking at the actual design and the block, how it comes together, that you can see forming now.
There you go. And then you have one going this way and one going that way. So you can see how that's creating that sort of twist.
Actually, the producer-director have just come up with a really good idea. Really good ideas. You've been putting that together. They said, how about like a jigsaw puzzle? So if you've got the fabric that's got a pattern on, and you've got a die, maybe like a jigsaw puzzle or something, or even just like a fabric jigsaw puzzle, that'd be a great idea.
I have seen quilts that are done to make them look like jigsaw puzzles.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah, but as I say, you can do so much with half square triangles. There's a little block called a friendship star. Oh. So if I take some of these out and put a square in the middle, and then I could put 4. So this would be the friendship star would be in the blue.
And that again, that is available, isn't it, on its own?
Yeah.
As a ½ metre. And
is that the right way?
That is a lovely blue, but it's an even blue.
And it's working with quite a few of the patterns. So you can see that's, so you could do that either way. So I can do it in the plain, or I could do it in the patterned if I'd got another little square of the pattern in the middle.
I do like that blue. It's like a denim blue, isn't it?
It is actually like a pale denim blue.
All the plain fabrics we've got on the show are They're absolutely fabulous because they're excellent quality, and I don't really know what I'm trying to say when I say it's a flat colour. It's an even colour. There must be a descriptive name for it. A solid colour, an even colour. It's the same colour throughout, and you can see there actually the colour range that we've got, and you've got the other patterned fabric above it. Each and every one, you could actually just mix and match randomly, and you know they're going to work because it's all about colour. They've mixed the colours in the fabrics. Who would have thought putting bright pink and green would work? But it does. So you can then think about your plain colours and just really go to town, Angie.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I say, really cool to know how to make 8 half-square triangles at once because it's a really fast method. But you can do so many. We've got chevrons going on now.
Yeah, look at that now.
So depending on which way you twizzle them round, it's great fun to make, you know, all of these different patterns. But I really liked playing with this to make this twist because we made the middle bit just now, if you see. And then the next bit is slightly different because we've got 8 pieces.
Yeah.
So this is 2 here and then 6 here.
Yeah.
But it works, do you know what I mean? Because I've got the little edge corner there. So you can either finish it or you can keep going and keep going, keep building. But as you say, great fun to have a play with chopping up these beautiful fabrics.
They really, really are. Ways. And going for your different solid colours. We should do like a game, and we should cut some blocks up, and then we should have a stopwatch and see how many different patterns you can come up with. That would be amazing. And it could be a game that you'd be playing at home. And get the kids involved as well, because these are the kind of fabrics that they love. They're vibrant, and they really do make you open your eyes, and they're absolutely wonderful. And who knows, might open up your mind as well to different style designs. Right, let's go through the options again.
I was just going to say they're such great value as well. You don't feel too stressed about just having, like, you know, my garden quilt, for instance.
Oh, it's lovely.
Do you know what I mean? You just think, it doesn't matter if it gets dirty or I'm just going to use it in the garden. You know, it didn't take too long to make. They're gorgeous fabrics. They're good quality. It'll last.
Yeah, and I think that would look beautiful in the garden as well, adding that dash of colour. Choice-wise, to run through the choices again, you've got your Blue Slush, and that comes with your mustard yellow. Love that. Very nice, very nice. Very nautical. I don't know why. Very like seascape. The next one you've got is your Tudor jumps. Look at that. Amazing. And that comes with your purple. The next one along is Bye Bye Rain, and remember these fabrics are the same on each side, and that comes with your bottle green, and there's lots of greens and oranges in this particular design. Absolutely sensational. Your next option is Heaven Opens. This might be my favourite, and this comes with the navy, definitely my favourite. I love navy. But I mean, those two, look at those colours together. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Really, really is. You might want to go for that if we've got that in the... No, we don't have that in the half metre, do we? No, but we do have the navy in the half metres. Just love those two. You get 4 pieces of that as well. And your final option in your one-day special is your Spring Revival. And with that, you get the damson, so that really nice rich wine colour, and again some beautiful, beautiful designs in this. Angie, it's been an absolute pleasure. We're going to see you tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
You are, yes.
Yep, 8 o'clock tonight. So drive to the hotel safely. We'll see you bright and early in the morning. And we'll see you guys in a few moments' time, because we've got another live show here on the Craft Store. We're live all the way through until 10 p.m. every night. But then, of course, we've got all the repeats as well throughout the night. So have a look at your fabrics, choose wisely, check out your baskets, but stay where you are, because we've got Funky Fossil coming up next. Right, this is how it looks now for the next 3 hours here on the Craft Store. You've got paper crafting with Funky Fossils. So Craft One Day Special, we're back with that. And then into the midnight hour, we've got textures.
Have you heard of Freedom? Did you know that as a Freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £7.97 a month, You will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Freedom Members badge, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with the craft store more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause if you're going away, or you can cancel at any time you decide. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or go to our website, quoting the item number 88888 and join Freedom today.
Hi, I'm Sarah from White Gecko Craft Lounge. We have a little shop in Dinas Powys, which is between Cardiff and Barry, so right by the seaside, and we were established 6 years ago. One of the aims of White Gecko is to really inspire you to start sewing. We'd like to get people crafting and start that sewing process. A lot of patterns and kits are perfect for beginners to use. It's a real wonderful, mindful way to start that journey into sewing. So don't miss the White Gecko shows.
Stamperia are an Italian company. They launched in 1995 with stamps, stencils, paints and an incredible product, their world famous rice paper. They were actually the first company to print on rice paper and they're now absolutely renowned for it. The product range that Stamperia offer is really diverse. They bring us incredible stamps, obviously the world famous rice paper, but they're always trying to bring new techniques as well. So they'll bring different mediums, beautiful moulds, so there's always something for every type of crafter. They will definitely have something for you to craft with, and everything you craft with will be top quality and beautiful. So make sure you don't miss the Stamperia shows.
Hi. Right, oh my days, we've got a fabulous show. Did you see it earlier on, Funky Fossil with Sarah? Oh, we had some great demonstrations, we had a few giggles as well, and we introduced you to some new lines of stamps and stencils. So, should we say hello? Should we say hello to Sarah? Hello, Sarah.
Hello, Johnny.
How are you?
I'm still very well, thank you.
We had a great show earlier on, didn't we?
Enjoyed it, yeah.
We really did. And we introduced people to some brand new stencils and stamps, which we've still got on this show. But I wanted to start with the brushes, if we can, because we're always busy for the brushes. Why these brushes? Why do you think we are busy every time we get them?
I think partly because they're a great price for a set of 4, but I think also so many of us have come to see the value of brushes as a real staple in our stash for getting great airbrush effects with ink blending over stencils or straight to paper. And I particularly went for this kind of brush with it being the white bristle as well, because it just means that when you are you're starting to use them with your inks, you can see what colours you've got on there rather than the kind of the brown-headed bristles. Yes. So I particularly wanted a white bristle brush, but they're densely packed, very, very soft, so they give you that really lovely smooth finish.
And we showed earlier on that using these with stencils was no problem at all, is it?
Absolutely.
One would think, oh, brushes, they're going to get caught, but they're not. You're right, so densely compact. And yeah, of course, I didn't think about them being white to be able to see the true colour.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah, I don't typically clean my brushes. I tend to try and work with a colour per brush. You can go between dark and light of a similar colour with no difficulty at all and without contaminating your ink pads. So it's nice to be able to pick up a brush and immediately see which of the colourways you've used it for before.
And because it's such a great price, $12.99 for 4, I can see in your pot you've got quite a few.
I do.
But if you've got the money and you want to multi-buy, then you can go for more than one set if you want to, whilst we've got the stock. 985982 is your item number. So give us a call on 01733 62000 or head to the website, always the quickest way to order, and that's craftstore.com. Right, shall we go to the very first item? This is brand new today. Love these, absolutely adore them. And I know you guys are going to love them too. This is your A5 stamp set. You get 2 stencils, and it's zesty and perfect. Perfect.
We do
Sounded
like a
really
pun.
posh.
Perfect.
Perfect. This is a lovely set. Tell us about the designer as well, because it's very interesting the way it's been put together.
Yes, I mean, Mio Buono, who is the designer for this stamp set, has got a really, I think, quite a distinctive style, because she has she puts lovely detailing into her images, including the kind of the contour lines that you see on the pear and the apple particularly. So it gives them a really, I think, quite an unusual look, quite a contemporary look as well, with the line art. And also, as I was saying in the last hour, it breaks the image up. So sometimes if I see a large open space for colouring, I can be a bit daunted by it in terms of getting the blending right. But those contour lines mean that you've got, you know, a guide really in terms of getting your shading.
Yeah, I absolutely adore them. Good sizes as well. Let me turn it the right way. So you've got your pear in there, you've got an apple, you've got cherries, you've got a lemon, a strawberry, and a kiwi fruit. Fruit. And if you're using them individually, I mean, this is a lovely one, just to stamp out, but just to add that dash of colour behind. It's a great idea.
Yes, yeah, I mean, that was one way to say I just used, I think it might be, that one certainly I've used with the brush hose, etc., just to create that splash of colour behind, and then there's no colouring required, just stamp your image over the top, makes a nice set of notelets.
It's a great idea. This next sample, look at that, wow.
So that is one that I did pencil colour in, and as I say, it's just demonstrating really that those lines within the images really create a bit of variation for you.
Yeah, it's like, it reminds me of marquetry, you know, with the wood, when they put the pieces of wood together.
The different kind of tones of wood, making the pattern.
That's really nice. And then we've got stamping it out, maybe just stamping it onto some of the papers we've got in the show.
It is, that's from the mixed media paper pad, so yeah, you can just see you've got your colours there straight away.
And look at the cherries with that glossy accent. Doesn't that suit that? Absolutely incredible. Now, it does come with the 2 stencils as well. So you've got your lemons, they could be limes, we were saying earlier on, oranges, for example, and then that beautiful pear. And you also have, within the pear, your mask as well. We were calling it an in and outie earlier on, but you've got that lovely pear-shaped. Things really will go pear-shaped when you get this home. And then you've got that great pattern next to it and the mask as well. Brilliant set for £21.49. Pop that into your basket. Don't miss out. 034237 is your item number. Now, we've got some weird fish for you. And it's National Fish and Chip Day today. We were talking about chip chest, weren't we, earlier on?
We were.
Does any of the crew tonight that I'm working with right now get chip chest? You know when you eat chips really quickly and then you get that pain in your chest because you've just eaten too quickly and you have to drink lots of water to get them down? Or is that just me because I'm a pig?
I still think it's just you.
I think it's just me. I think it's just me, yeah. So happy Chip Chest Day, everybody.
Just need to chew.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. Right, this is a lovely set. And these fish, aren't they super cute?
They are. They're really quirky, and they're full of character, guaranteed to make you smile. They've got all sorts of expressions on their faces. So some look quite terrified, some look very happy. Yeah, great for building scenes. And I mean that card there by Natalie from the design team. It just says it all. It's its own little underwater world.
It's a great card. I love the way she's got the water and the sunlight coming down.
Yeah, the rays of light. And she's used the quirky tree dyes. There's some seaweed as well, as you can see there.
Yeah, we've got those coming up. They are fabulous. Do you know what you could do with these? You could use these with your shrink plastic, make little charms. Yes. You could have them on not fishing wire, you know, the thin see-through wire.
Yes.
So you could make like 3D.
Wire.
Yeah, well, that'd be good with a little tea light in there for Charles' bedroom. Well, not Charles, for my bedroom. I'd love that. Or somewhere in your home that you need a little bit more light. If you like this stamp, is this the one we've got?
It is.
Yeah, we've got that coming up in a moment's time. But you can make these funkier than they already are. You can have vibrant backgrounds with them and give them characters, give them names as well. It's absolutely fabulous. Look at that weird fish. 049066 is your item number, and it also comes with your MDF porthole as well, and you get your embellishments as well. Let me just drop this sample in so you can see some of the embellishments in that particular sample, which is great. So you've got your seaweed in there, the star, and you've got your anchor. Isn't that lovely? Do you know what? That would make a great key ring, wouldn't it? You know, if you've got like a room that you let out for a B&B, if you know what I mean, and it's very light, that would be a great key fob they wouldn't lose.
They certainly wouldn't lose it.
They wouldn't, would they? Love that. Or if you've got a little, you could put a little menu on the back there. That would be fun. Your stencils and your stamps and your MDF. 2399 049066 is your item number. Now, the next set of stamps is pick and mix. You choose any three. Love these. I already know which three I'm going to have. You just have to choose your three. But do you know what? In the earlier show, people weren't choosing. Do you know what they were doing? They were buying all of them. They were buying the whole complete set, and you could do that. It would just be 2 times £13.49, which is just shy of £27. So we've stamped them out, or Sarah did, onto the piece of card here. Great detail in these, Sarah.
There really is, and they're the first time that we bought A7 size stamps out, and for me it was about being able to get that really kind of interest, textures in your backgrounds without adding bulk to design. So you've got your wood grain there, or that really highly intricate kind of machinery image, and they make great, I think as we've seen with the chevrons, great kind of block images, but equally for doing some random stamping and just breaking up a background. They're fantastic.
I love them, absolutely love them. Right, let's go through them. So the first one is your chevrons, or it could be a bookcase. We were looking at that. Or do you know what? Tall buildings. If you add some more white lines to those, they could be tall tower blocks. The next one along is grungy. I could just look at that for hours. I can see flowers in there, I could see eyes in there, butterflies, all sorts. Amazing. Next along, you've got your vintage script, which is fabulous. And then let's head down to the bottom. Where are we going next? The wood one or to the letters? We've got the letterpress. We were saying earlier, Sarah, if you could find certain letters that perhaps make up something within that, you could highlight them. I can see say, S-A-Y, or you could have Y-E-S, you know, just have a bit of fun with it.
Sail.
A sail, yeah, absolutely. Have a bit of fun with that. Right.
Joke?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm off now.
Yeah, J-O-K-E. The next one, you've got your machinery. Again, I can see a robot in there. I can see timepieces. I can see an awful lot in there, like a circuitry board. I just love that one. And then you've got your wood grain, which is also marvellous. We love that too. You choose, you decide, and if you can't, why don't you have all of them? 832696 is your item number. Right, next up, you've got Snap Happy. We adored this earlier on. I mean, I love cameras, you love cameras, Sarah. And I just think it's the image that's iconic, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I know we take so many photos now on our phones, but there's just something about that kind of these different generations of camera that whatever era just evokes memories, or just makes you smile really, and makes you think of taking photos and enjoying time with loved ones.
Look at that. I mean, that's fabulous. The vintage old Brownie, which is one of the first cameras, and then you're moving up there to your 35mm cameras.
On that one, I was just going to say, Tina has stamped the kind of film strip on acetate from the stamp set to create that. So it's really clever.
That is very, very clever. And then you've got the big bulb there, which is absolutely brilliant. Alongside that, you've got your dies as well. And these will give you those wonderful instant Polaroid pictures, which is amazing, or your instant pictures. And you can use these for all kinds of different projects. If you've got your own pictures and you want to add any of your own pictures into them, it will look like vintage photographs.
Absolutely.
You could put those into your scrapbooking and into your photo albums as well, just so they look absolutely fantastic. Really do like these. And it's a great idea to mix these up with maybe some of the stamps that we've got for you on the show, and definitely some of the papers coming up as well. £23.38, that's all you pay if you are a Freedom member, because you get a discount and you don't pay any P&P. 656019 is your item number. That is an excellent value for money when you look at the fact that you're getting your dies included with your stamps as well. 656019 is your item number. Right, next up, you've got Wild and Free. And I just think this is absolutely perfect. It's the kind of stamp set that you can just keep bringing out. Christmas, Easter, birthday, summer, springtime. It's ageless, isn't it?
It
Timeless.
is. I think there's something really kind of quite poetic about it, or kind of... we've been in the design team, we've been calling it kind of like a storybook hair. It just feels like there, you know, you can put it in so many different scenes, as you say, so many different seasons as well, and tell whatever story you want to with the image. But it's I mean, it's a large, the hair itself that Tina's designed is a large focal point. So you can pair it with lots of things that you may well already have.
I just think it's fascinating, I really do. The fact that you can change the hair each and every time with different colours, different papers, and like you say, tell a story and use it with previous stamps that we've had on before and are still available if we've got them. You can have a look on the website for those. A wonderful piece. And we say that, you know, this is going to see you through all kinds of different seasons. So even, you know, at Christmas time, I think this is going to be absolutely perfect. But it's not just the hair, you've got all of the other elements in there as well. It is a fantastic deal. And if you want to get hold of it, your item number is 170196, £26.98. But we also have included in that your stencil and those wonderful trees. Let me just show you what the trees look like when you cut them out and combine them. That in itself is a work of art. I'd have that on my wall in a black frame.
Done.
I would, and it looks like I am. I really like it. The simplicity of that. We're showing you this as a board to show you the different cuts, but to me, that's a work of art. I love it. And with the different colours that you can cut these out in, you know, bring them together with the stamps, and don't they look absolutely beautiful? It's a real modern, almost Nordic look to those trees.
Yes, I think absolutely. And as we've already seen how some of the design team have used the insides, the kind of branch sections differently. But when you come to something like Christmas, the kind of the more triangular outline, it's just a great silhouette. You kind of see in it what the general context of the scene suggests.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
And you can also cut into it as well. So you can have borders, you can have corner elements as well, and flourishes. You could have this, you could put it back to back, and you could turn it into a border. So much you can do with this die set. It's fabulous. What a price as well. £26.98 for your stencil, your dies and your stamps. Right, we've got that returning paper pack for you. This proved to be very popular in the earlier show, and I know we're going to be busy again because we've got the gel plate style images, and you may have noticed some of these in the samples that we've been showing you. You could use these with your dies, you could cut out the trees, you could stamp your fish onto here, so you've got those wonderful backing, and in total you get 36 sheets and it's 200 GSM. It's wonderful, wonderful cardstock to work with. So lots of different colours, lots of different patterns in there, and you also get your 3 washi tapes as well. And the washi tape, you get that extra large one in thickness. Isn't that amazing? And you can use your washi tape to create designs as well. If you were to just put that on a piece of paper and cut into it, or use it through your die cutting machines, there's lots and lots you can do with your washi tapes. You get your 3 pieces there. Absolutely incredible value for money at £17.46. 148451 is your item number. We've also got a stencil pick a mix. You can head to the website, you can have a look at the new ones we've got available for you. You can choose any 4. And we've got some lovely designs, really have. And have a look at the designs because we do have a lot to choose from. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 8 new ones in there. And we've got some returning favourites as well. I love the cloud and the rainbow. And as we are entering into the months of Pride at the moment, lots of people celebrating Pride. Have a look at that rainbow one. It might be quite apt to go for. Lovely. Right, me, I'm always proud. Right, Sarah, what are we going to have a look at first?
Well, I thought we'd finish off the demo that we left on a knife edge.
We did,
It was a knife edge at the end of the last
No more
show.
talk of ransom notes, by the way.
No, I was trying to avoid
or snipers or anything like that, okay?
I was trying to avoid any threatening suggestions. So we were playing with the Snap Happy stamp set, and in the last show I just showed how I put the camera together as the focal point with using the grungy A7 stamp set and doing a bit of paper piecing. So you can see that from the 5 o'clock hour, I think it was.
Yes.
But I was wanting to build up the background a little bit because it's a great opportunity to use some more of the A7 backgrounds that we've been looking at. And I'm going to go with vintage script in the background here. So I'd already blended some vintage photo and some speckled egg on the base card. And I'm just going to do a little bit of random stamping.
Random stamping. As opposed to random. Random.
I thought I'd start with a flourish.
Oh, a flourish. Have you got some Scottish descent in you?
Yes, well, I was. My maiden name is Stuart, and my father is from Aberdeen.
Oh, you're going all Scots now.
I'm very
I
Scottish.
love it.
It's very Scottish.
Very good.
So,
I love Scotland. It's a beautiful country.
Isn't it?
Mm. I'd love to go touring in a camper van up there.
Yes. I think now our boys are older, I think, yeah, I'd like to go kind of proper walking holidays. We've never been able to get them walking anywhere.
Oh.
But now we can leave them behind.
Well, they'll have to walk to the shops, won't they then?
Yeah, exactly. That'll be a challenge. So that was some salvaged patina. So it may not be coming up on camera because, again, I'm going for quite a tone on tone here. This is all very much about backgrounds that just cause you to kind of look into a card, and little things catch your eyes as you look at it more closely.
And that's why these stamps are so useful, because just using a little bit of them builds up your background, but you can also use the element of it in its entirety as well.
Absolutely, I mean, that's right. And some of the slightly more kind of almost graphic designs, like the chevrons and the letterpress, they make great blocks, you know, that you can use it. In fact, you can kind of, you know, ink and then stamp over the back. In fact, I'm going to do that in a demo later on. So, yeah, they can be as much of a focal point as a background element. So that's my vintage script in the background there, and let's put a little bit of this. I just love this film strip from the stamp set. So I've used it on quite a few cards as a border all the way around, but I'm just going to use it very quickly here as a little bit of a corner accent.
There is something about a film strip, isn't there? I don't know what it is. I like it as well. The
Yes.
35mm.
It is strange because you know, increasingly these are things that aren't really kind of everyday objects, but they just still are quite evocative, and people really kind of like the imagery.
It'd be nice to write a message if you've got good handwriting in the different film strips in the different areas.
Well, what I have done, what I did do on one, I think, is I coloured in the actual main body of it in black, and then stamped in white the sentiment. So just because you say, I thought it would make a nice sentiment block strip.
And they make excellent borders as well.
They do. I mean, I use them a lot around the border of a card. And again, as I was saying in the last hour, scrapbooking pages as well. They're easy to repeat and make it as long as you want. Oh, I don't want to put it that way. So we can see now we've got that kind of the blue behind the camera, just setting it off, a bit of script there, drawing our eye in. And then the final layer of this card is where I stamped on craft with the machinery A7 block, which I really love. So this is one that I have put on an acrylic block because I'm going to stamp the whole thing solidly. It doesn't really matter how getting a perfect image on this because of how much of it's covered up. Yeah. But it is easier to have it on an acrylic block. If you, of course, you were looking to get a perfect image, it might be one of those stamps that's good to have on a stamping platform, just to be sure that you can go back in and capture all that detail.
With the film strip, if you were to stamp that, stamp that, stamp that, stamp that, stamp that, stamp that, you could make a little mini crossword.
Oh yeah,
That's a
yes,
good
your
idea.
letters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fantastic. You can see. So the joy of this kind of machinery stamp set, being so detailed, as you were saying, John, is you can see lots of things in it, but equally you can rotate it and move it about because there isn't, it's not, in some respects, it's not a coherent image in it. It's not a single image where you immediately can say, all right, well, that's...
I like it on that craft card.
It is lovely on craft, yes. So this is, it's a versifying, which obviously is good for getting good, crisp line work.
And look at that! You can't see the. Wow!
No, absolutely. And you say it's not as if it's a seamless pattern in that it joins up perfectly. But equally, I wouldn't be able to tell where the design stopped and started.
That is fabulous, actually. Definitely have that in my pick and mix.
It is a beautiful stamp set.
If you've got like pens and coloured in little tiny elements that are in there.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
That look amazing. And I think on fabric, to make little fabric panels.
What would be lovely, actually, you just got me thinking, is this to stamp it all in black and white and then stamp again and die cut just one portion out in a circle, colour that and have it over.
Yes.
So just to have that kind of almost spotlight pop of colour.
Yeah. Do you know what? That would be a really good idea.
That's a demo that I could have done.
But we didn't.
So it's what you could have won.
If you've got any images at home you'd like to send in, I'm sure Sarah would love to see them. And it's really nice to share that inspiration. It's a good time to do it, isn't it? You know, the kids might have gone to bed, you might be there just on your own at the moment. So get your artwork out and take a picture and send it in to thecraftstore.com and we'll show it on the teller.
I do absolutely love seeing. We've got a Facebook group, Funky Fossil Facebook group, and it's just fantastic seeing what people do with the stamps and stencils.
That looks brilliant.
So now of course that could be a piece of pattern paper, couldn't it, really? Yeah. And we're going to kind of cover a lot of it up, but it's good to see that even on craft, which is quite both a porous surface and also a bit more textured, that it stamps so cleanly. So that really is.
That's nice.
How this card came together. I've just matted that focal panel on a bit of dark brown because of the busyness of the pattern behind it, just to lift it a little bit. But yeah, I thought it would be nice just to finish that card to show you both the vintage script and the machinery as how they can have really added layers to that.
That looks brilliant. I love that. I love that background you've created with that stamp. Just goes to show the versatility that you've got there. Great deal on that, £23.38 for your Snap Happy set. It's a great set, isn't it? Because you've got the stamps in there, you've got all those different kind of cameras, and you've got that really, really useful film strip. I say really, really useful because you can use it in so many different ways. One, you've got that border, look at that, made out of the film strip, made out of the 35mm film strip. There it is coming out the back of the camera. How about this? How about stamping it along, then stamping it again and curling it round? You know how the film strip used to go, or the film from your 35mm would be really nice. You could cut out little pictures in there. That would look really good. Again, you could use it with photographs you've already got. We were saying that earlier on, that's me. That was my earlier producer, Ross, and that was Jimmy. Or was it, that's me, that's Ross, and that's Jimmy? We couldn't really work it out, but I think yeah, that's Ross. Look at his face. Look at his little face on there. And little Jimmy in his shorts. And I'm in a dress. That's what I'm looking like, that. No, you wear the dress. But it is a great way of mixing up the cameras. You can have something looking very modern. Maybe you've been travelling. This could be the opening to your scrapbook. You could be making this into a fabulous card for somebody, or maybe a picture of your favourite puppy. Isn't that lovely? And again, you're getting the dies included as well. And these dies are great because these could be this could be a topper to your cards. Got some really nice patterns in here, and you could use these style, the bits that you draw out on other designs as well. So a very, very versatile set that you can use in many, many different ways. 656019, your item number, £23.38. Where will be the next set of pictures that you're taking? Well, we know how you're going to display them because you're going for this. Right, back to Sarah. What we're going to take a look at now, Sarah?
Right. Well, I thought we'd have a look at the fruit because we say it's a new one today, and we didn't spend much time working with it in the last hour. And I'm also going to have a play with the. A couple more of the A7 stamps, and I just wanted to, this is where I'm heading, and I won't do all 4 blocks in this demo, but it's just to give you a sense of how this is using the inside square that comes out of the Polaroid frame.
Ah, right, so another use for it.
So yeah, so sometimes if you cut a lot of frames and you're putting other images in them, then you end up with these squares, so that's why I decided to try and make a bit of a grid with them. And I just really liked showing how, almost the kind of the graphic element of the letterpress and the chevrons on these blocks as a counterpoint to the fruit. So, but as I say, I won't do all 4 blocks. What I will do is I'll stamp out the apple and do a little bit of watercolouring on that, and also we'll use the letterpress as well to create that green block.
Do you like apples?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yes, some.
I don't like pre-cut apples.
Oh, no.
You know, like in a salad bag. Ooh.
No.
And I've got an apple face. When I eat apple, I pull a certain face. It's a bit like chip chest.
Apple face chip chest.
You don't want to be near me when I'm eating an apple. It's very painful, but I know it's good for me.
Well, I like a crunchy apple.
Yeah. Do you know what's now there is what? Let me think of this. A russet, a cross between a pear and an apple.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realise it was a cross between a pear and an apple.
Yeah, it's a hybrid cross. I'm sure it's a cross between a pear and an apple. Do your own research. But yeah, it's like it's a darker khaki green in colour, and it can be a bit tough, but just something I like about them. I'm sure it's called a russet.
Well, certainly I've heard of russet. I thought it was russet apple, so I
might have made it up, Sarah, but it's called a papal. Apparently.
Well, I was going to say
I don't know. Sorry, I'm confused.
I was going to say that. I thought no.
Papal.
Keep that to myself. So
we need to cross some other fruits as well and think of some names.
Well, I've had no fruit today, so this is my my only healthy content. So I'm using a variety of different kind of watercolour markers here. So some Ecoline and some Zig, some Kuretake ones. And this is what I was saying earlier about the line work already in the apple being really quite helpful. Certainly if you were feeling a bit daunted about kind of blending colours, or certainly the half of an apple is where you start with it really. So,
do you know why you don't put apple seeds in your juices? You know when you make juices?
No.
And you put them with your blenders, you always have to take your seeds out. Do you know why?
I don't know. No. They're
arsenic in.
Are they?
I mean, you'd need a couple of orchards to make any effect.
I was going to say, I'm sure I've eaten the odds.
But yeah. I was always afraid of eating apple cores with seeds in because I thought an apple tree would grow inside me.
I think my mum told me that at one time as well.
My mum's great.
I know. She told me as well, my boys still laugh at this, she told me if you swallowed chewing gum it strangled your heart. Yeah. And I believed it until I was quite...
Yeah, that is one we were told, don't swallow chewing gum.
But you told it strangled your heart. It seemed like quite a cruel twist that she added to it.
Mine was not strangling the heart, mine was strangling the stomach.
Oh, right, well, my mum was straight for immediate.
And our Katie producer was told she couldn't digest it, you wouldn't be able to digest it for 7 years.
Why
don't they just say, don't swallow chewing gum, it's really bad for you, rather than making up these horror stories?
It sticks with you though, doesn't it? You need the more colourful and gruesome ending.
I suppose so.
7 years.
Well, At least you digest it.
Yeah.
7 years.
I suppose it's fairly plastic in. It's probably not even biodegradable. Anyway, this is an apple. It's a nice wholesome. Well, now you've added arsenic to the apple. My wholesome apple.
It is a lovely design, and it's something just different, isn't it? We were talking earlier. It reminds me of kind of like a 1970s design. I love that nice retro designer.
Yes, yeah, I think you're right. And that's the kind of the artwork that's really popular now, isn't it? As well,
very much so.
There's something about slightly graphical about it, because it's got that additional lines in there, and you could, as I did with the cards where I just use the brushes and stamped over the top. It stands as its own image because it's not too plain.
You could do rainbow colours in the apple.
Oh yeah, of course.
That would be pretty cool, and would have a meaning to it as well. Do your own research on that.
So what we're going to do here, so I'm just using different shades of green and greeny yellow to...
It might not come out as obvious when you do your research, but if you dig a little bit deeper.
While watching us, of course.
Well, there's a couple of reasons. One, there was a huge... did they go to court? Huge legal battle between two bodies, a company and a group, over a rainbow apple.
Oh, really?
And then there's another meaning.
All right, I'll have to look that up later. And now I feel like that's the demo I should have done, a rainbow apple. All these demos are just passing us by.
I told you, Sarah, give me a call before you come to the craft store.
I should have
run it all by me.
Put more effort in. Sorry.
But I will say that your demos, in case I get that ransom note through the post from you. If you're wondering what we're talking about, you'll have to watch the previous shows. It was all down to Sarah, nothing to do with me, before anyone emails in.
Yes.
Now you've got the apple and you've got the pear in this lovely design, so that you could match them both up if you want to, and don't forget you're getting the mask included and those stencils as well. And I absolutely adore the stencil on the pear, especially that mandala style artwork. In fact, if I just lean forward, if I may, and just turn that the other way so you can get a look at that. If we turn it that way, there you go. You've got that fabulous pear with that mandala in. I mean, that is going to look amazing with some textured paste. It really is.
It really is lovely. It fits perfectly in that, just having a block colour behind, and then either a tone on tone or a very contrasting colour in texture paste
that would look
over
amazing.
the top. It's right. I'm getting carried away here with my fine watercolouring.
I also think that apple needs some eyes, because it's like a little nose where the seeds
I
are.
know. I'll get Donna to make that the next set she designs
those
for us.
little googly eyes that you can get that wiggle about.
But it's a very, I don't know, there's something really pleasing about this stamp set to colour in.
Yeah.
And then the more solid ones, a bit like the cherries, you say, with the glossy accents, then they're quite a few, and certainly I did as well, quite a few people did the stamp the lemon images out of the paper pad, because it's got that vibrant yellow paper in there.
Yeah,
so
the paper pad would go remarkably with this set to stamp on. It really, really would. But again, you see those cherries there with that glossy accent, isn't that marvellous? Again, I think these stamps would work well with some shrink plastic as well. Little charms, definitely. You know, if you're making your own preserves, for example,
well, that's nice.
It's a great set to have, because you could do little charms to go with your preserves, or you could just put them onto the label. Would that be okay to use them in such a commercial way?
Absolutely. Any product that is kind of handmade, absolutely fine to sell, because it's great to see people put their own twist on them, really.
Have you ever made a preserve?
No.
Have you ever made a jam?
No.
No, I haven't.
No,
I think there's lots of sugar involved, isn't there?
Yes, I'm very culinarily challenged. Yes.
No, I've not made a preserve or a jam. But it's easier to buy, isn't it?
Mr. G does all the cooking in our house.
What's your favourite dish that he cooks?
Well, I'm kind of vegetarian, and he and the boys all like their meat, so it's really whenever I can get anything with fish in it, we'll eat fish. Otherwise, I would.
A pescatarian, I think that's cool.
Yes,
I don't like all these labels.
I know.
But, you know,
he does call me a pescatarian regularly.
I just get called pesky.
But
pesky Janice, here she is. Pesky Janice. No one's saying no, you don't, Janice. They're all agreeing. What does that say? They're all agreeing. Oh well.
So there we go, just that. So yes, these things never take as long when you're doing them at home.
Oh, do you know what? It's nice to do. It's nice to look. It's nice to have it. It's nice to have a chat as well. I love my veggies. I used to stop off at this little village shop, and it was like in the middle of nowhere. And I'd never make my own lunch because if I do, I eat it as soon as I walk out the door. I can't help it. I'll have it for breakfast. So I stopped off to get a sandwich, and I'm like, oh, have you got any salad cobs, as we call it in Leicester? And they're like, well, when you say salad, and I'm like, well, a bit of lettuce, a bit of cucumber, and then I'd have to run through all the list of everything I wanted in the sandwich.
To confirm that that's what you meant by the word.
And I really muddled them one day because they didn't have any salad. So I said, well, I'll just have cheese and grape. Well, they nearly fell off the stool. Cheese and grape?
That's very
I said, look,
exotic.
I'll buy the full chunk of cheese. I'll buy the full bag of grapes. You just put them together in 2 bits of bread for me. Or I'll buy the loaf and I'll do it myself. Oh yeah, grapes in salad, grape and cheese salad.
Yeah,
oh,
I do.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes, and I think,
it is nice. Try it at home.
So I've just put a little bit of some of the washi tape down the side.
Yes, now the washi tape comes with the paper pad that we've got available for you, and again that's the stripy washi tape, but it also comes with 2 other rolls, and you've got one which is really thick. It's absolutely fantastic. We're going to get a shot of it right there. So those are your 3 washi tapes and your paper pad as well. They're absolutely marvellous, and you can use washi tape to create your own backgrounds. £17.46, wonderful price there for those 4 items. That's your paper pad, full of inspiration, and you've got your 3 washi tapes as well. £17.46. It's 148,451.
And I did deliberately include a black and white in that set of washies because there's so many bright colours. It's always nice to have just that monochrome element to kind of, again, give that kind of anchor really when you've got lots of colour going on. So I just smudged my watercolouring at the end there with my overzealous inking, but you can see how easy it is to colour that apple.
Yeah.
And let's just very quickly stamp the letterpress.
On that cherry, the washi tape at the top, it makes it look like a torn piece of paper, doesn't it, from a notepad?
Yes.
On the black background.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Brilliant.
And I think that is also something with washi. It is. Again, remembering you don't need to use the whole roll, the whole thickness of the roll. Certainly when you've got the 45 millimetre thick, wide one, is there for tearing off and using elements of it. So yes, just using a little bit of it along an edge.
I suppose a bit like when you use rice paper and you'll tear rice paper and you'll add that and you put some inks on there and stamps. I think you can use washi tape in the same way because you can tear into it and just add it to your design on your papers or your cards or your journaling or your diaries and things like that. So think about using washi tape in that way as well as using it just to stick down your dies as they go through the die cutting machine so they look pretty. And creating backgrounds as well as layering up your washi tape and then cutting through it, which is also a very, very good effect to do.
Yes, because I mean, washi is very thin, and so it's great for layering because it's almost like gives you almost like a collage effect, semi-transparent, so you can see a bit of what's underneath. But as you say, if you stick it onto a piece of card, die cutting is very easy to do.
Now, using the brushes that are available on the show, is that the largest size there, Sarah?
It is this one. This is a 3.5 centimetre head. So they come as 3.5, 2.5, 2 and 1.3.
Yeah, so you can get into those precision areas of your... well, would you always use it for creating an ombre effect, or is there lots of other ways you can use the brushes?
Yes, I mean, I do use some of the smaller heads if I'm trying to pick out elements of an image. So if I've got, say, for example, a flower, and I'm wanting to create the petals versus the stem, then obviously the smaller brushes are useful for getting into that detail. The larger brushes, when you are creating those ombres and large backgrounds, it just gives you quicker coverage. So you get exactly the same effect with both, but obviously you're going to cover more ground with
the larger one,
with the big one. So so I've just added a bit of twisted citron to the card base there. Sorry, there it is, right at the top. Let's get some strong greens here.
And this is using the alphabet one, isn't it?
It is the kind of letterpress style.
These are on a pick and mix, and you can choose any 3. Now we've got them in sections of 3, but you could have any 3 you like. You can just mix it all up. Lots of people are going for the whole set of 6, and you can do that. All you have to do is choose your pick and mix twice, or just keep picking up to 6, and the price will change accordingly. It will mean on a set of 6 you're paying £26.98. You'll be saving £6 on a set of 6 because it's 2 times your saving of £3. 832696 is your item number. For me, if I was going to choose them, I would definitely go for that one. That one's called Your Machinery. Love that, and love the background that Sarah made with it earlier. I would go for that one because I like that, your chevrons, and it would be a cross between that one and that one. I'll go for that one. I've changed my mind. I'm going to go for that one. Do you know what? I'd have all of them. I'll have all of them. Put them all in my basket. 832696 is your item number. So you're using the letterpress at the moment.
I am, and I particularly like this A7 one because I've got a real thing about kind of different fonts, and I just when I put this stamp together, it's just the different sizes and orientations of the letters.
I like it.
I just really like it. So.
And I like the way you've cut into that. So we've got some of the letters going off, which indicates the pattern is going to continue.
Yes.
Broad and wide. I like that.
Absolutely. Which is to say, in terms of the kind of the block that I was creating, it's two very graphical elements contrasting with the fruits there.
Yeah.
So you can see how easy it was to watercolour the apple and stamp the A7 block, and this is just a way of using those A7 stamps more as to the forefront of the design.
You could highlight the A there for apple because it's next to the
apple.
apple.
Oh yeah, you could. I can't see a C for cherry.
No, but it could be A for apple.
Could be.
The U if you turned it sideways.
And as I was saying with the machinery, you could stamp this one in black and white, and the letter that you want to be in a colour, you could if you're using a stamping platform, you could get your highlights there.
Love that. Love that. It's really nice, isn't it? That could be a little package of notelets as well. Could be a top of a box if you wanted it to be. How fantastic is that? Fridge magnets.
Oh yes. Yes, they'd be very easy just to mount these up on a couple of layers to give them a bit more of a chipboardy look, and away you go.
Oh, I like that. I like the idea of fridge magnets. That's a great idea. Right, let's show you the kit, the way you get them from. If you do like that particular design that we've got, then it was the apple that was used from this particular stamp set. You've got the apple, the cherry, the kiwi fruit, the strawberry and the lemon. You've also got the zest. Have a perfect day, as in pear. Thankful, you've also got in there thank you very much and hello, which we love. You've got your stencils with that gorgeous background pear, the solid pear, and then you've got that fabulous pattern as well. And then you've got the mask in there. And you've got your fruit as well. So absolutely fantastic. I really do like that. And you can have a lot of fun colouring in the apple, colouring in the lemons. There's a couple of lemons just there, looking absolutely fabulous. You're the zest. Love that one. Maybe just a burst of colour in the background with the lemon on top. Again, you've got deeper lemons just there, which are lovely. And I don't know why I'm laughing at all. This one being my favourite sample, I really do like. Did you do that one, Sarah?
I did do that one,
yeah, I
yes.
really like that one. It reminds me of the you know, that you used to be able, well, you probably still can, but again, just going back to like the 60s and the 70s, you used to get those wooden pears. Pears and wooden apples in a wooden bowl.
That, yeah.
And sometimes they were cut in half, weren't they?
Yeah.
Again, that's what they remind me of. I just absolutely love them. I really do. Just £21.49. It's a great price. It really is for everything that you're getting. 034237. Your stamps, your pear, your solid pear. You've got your mask, and you've got the lovely pattern pear, and then you've got, there you go, your zesty lemons, limes, or grapefruits, or oranges, or clementines. Isn't it disappointing when you buy some satsumas and you get home and they're clementines? It's so disappointing, isn't it? Oh, I'll have some of them. And you get them, and they're those tightly skinned ones. They're not the same. Satsumas are lovely. Clementines, oh, you're just a bit odd, aren't they? Right, Sarah. Feeling fruity?
On that bombshell.
What have we got now?
So I thought we'd work with Tina's Wild and Free and the hair from that image, and just showing how the elements all work together. So you know, I've got my washi tape on here. I've got some stenciling.
Oh, that's lovely.
I've got obviously the one of the elements from the Up in the Air stencil that comes with the. And that's
the butterflies, isn't it?
That's the butterflies there.
The stencil you've got in the background is actually on the pick and mix.
It is.
I've got that just here, just to show everyone, because I love this. Isn't that lovely? You can use it in so many different ways. The more you turn it, the more you change, the more you look at it. It could be snow. You could just use a little bit. And that could be, if you turn it that way, it could be snow. It could be paint dripping down, for example. And I think Sarah's using it for clouds in the background.
I am. It just, as I was looking at it, it just struck me it could be a really kind of abstract, kind of cloudy sky, really, if you keep a bit of the white in there. But that's the joy of abstract patterns, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you can put them, the context you put them in gives them a bit of a purpose or a meaning.
We've got 7 minutes, by the way, Sarah, left for you.
I think I can do this one, Janice.
Do you think?
I think I can do it. Well, there's no carryover, is there?
No, you've got to do it.
Yeah, it's not the never-ending demo. So yeah, I'm using again a bit of my favourite colour of the day, which is Salvage Patina, just to take a bit of the edge off the white card before we lay our stencil down. And as you were saying in the last show, Janice, I don't typically, when I'm using brushes, feel the need to really kind of tape the stencil down because the brush really kind of moves over the design quite gently.
It does, doesn't it? Look at that. And again, that's because the bristles are so close together, but it's also so soft. These are, when you get them home, they just feel divine. And they actually feel lovely against the skin because initially they're makeup brushes.
That's right.
And the craft world have seen that and thought, you know what, blending makeup, let's try it with the inks on the paper. And they work fantastic. And ergonomically designed as well. You seem to have more control using it in such a fashion rather than a dauber sort of thing.
Yes, I mean, I think it's because, you said, to see the way I'm typically holding it, there's some flex in the handle. So I'm just really put my finger on the head there when I'm wanting to, depending on how much pressure I want to exert. So yeah, they really move with your hand quite naturally, quite easily.
Is it like velvet? You know, like when you...
Yes.
Or velour. Is it velour or velvet?
I think velvet's...
I think it's velvet. What's velour?
It's just cheaper version of
velvet. Yeah, all right. Okay, so I had velour in my house when I was a kid, not velvet. Clearly Sarah had velvet.
Wouldn't settle for anything less.
But it is like that. It's beautiful. They're gorgeous. They really, really are, and a great price. I don't think I've seen brushes of this standard at that price. Normally £12.99 for like 2. You've got all 4. What an amazing deal! Join the revolution of everyone else using brushes like this, but get ones that are quality. £12.99, 985 982. Back to you, Sarah.
I mean, I genuinely didn't want them to be a considered purchase price, because I feel like once you really kind of get to enjoy working with them, you probably do want to get further sets for different colours. So
yes, do you know what? I think that is a great idea. And just looking at the little basket bowl that Sarah's got on the table, and you've got quite a few of them, but all different colours. So you can just reach out and just grab the blue, grab the yellow. You don't need to worry about cleaning them or mixing the colours. So it's a good idea. If you can afford it, you could go for 2 sets if you want to.
Great stuff. So I've got my kind of cloudy sky with the salvage patina over the loose lines. Now I could, to create a kind of a grounding for where the hair is going to go, just put the wide washi on as a single block. But I thought what gives a little bit more texture and interest, because there's quite a lot of variation of colours and patterns in this washi tape, is that if you actually tear it and then layer it up on itself a little bit, you kind of create almost like the look of hills, and also you get the different kind of colours blending or washi tape all over me now. And I do typically have washi tape all over me, and the dog normally has a fair amount as well.
Washi tape is removable, isn't it?
It is not that easily off dogs, it would appear.
Probably not. Probably not.
It is. I love washi because it's quite easy to reposition as you're working with it, and then for some reason it seems to set.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. It isn't one of those things that you need to worry about kind of peeling off your project. Once it's actually down, it will stay there. But while you're positioning it, you can move it around quite easily.
We've got 3 minutes left on the show. Make your choices, make sure you check out your baskets as well, and get all of the items that you want. With those brushes, busy for the brushes. You're getting 4 in total of the different sizes. You might want to go for these and add them to your basket when you're going for your stamp sets. Really popular throughout every set that we've got, and have a look on the website for your stencils. Back to Sarah.
So having layered up some of the washi tape there, you can see where we can position our hair, which I've got stamped out already. Now I've literally just stamped this out of craft card. What I would do if I had a bit more time is just do a bit of pencil shading, just not much. I won't completely colour it in, but add some white highlights and a bit of pencil shading to add some interest to it. But as you say, Janice, we've seen so many samples where it's been stamped from book paper or patterned paper. You can really go to town with that image.
I just think it's lovely, and those trees, aren't
and
they?
And then
lovely?
again, 2 of the trees die cut from the paper pads, so of course they work perfectly with the washi tape because they're picking up on the same colour palette, and we just put them behind our hair like this. Now, of course, he's looking up at the sky. On the one I did previously, I used the butterflies, but this time I could use the birds, and I won't use
we've got 1 minute, Sarah.
Texture. Find my words. I won't use texture paste.
Now, for everyone at home, I'm not rushing Sarah. I'm not like 1 minute, Sarah. Come on. 30 seconds, Sarah. Come on. But 45 seconds, Sarah. Come on. I just want Sarah to know the time that we've got left.
just finish your sentence, woman.
Oh, those birds are lovely.
So those just coming off the
that is lovely. What a great choice in colour as well. Sarah, 30 seconds left. It's been an absolute joy tonight. It really, really has. It's been great to have your company as well. When are you back, Sarah?
just 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks'
with
time.
a whole new counter.
Have you? Oh, absolutely fantastic. Well, Sarah, we'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much for the 2 shows today. Great inspirational shows. And you can watch them again on Rewind. They will be available to you. Make sure you check out your baskets. But don't go anywhere because there's still more to come here on the Craft Store. Right, so Craft One Day Special is coming up next. Then we're heading for textures, or textures new. And then we're sewing with Marant Crafts.
Hello, my name's Stuart and I'm the Managing Director of Oakwood Archer. We specialise in high quality items brought into the UK from all over the world, including brands like Kaisercraft, Stampendous and Impression Obsession. Our products include stamps, dies, papers, buttons, trimmings, ribbons and album making kits. Just about everything you need to be a good crafter.
Hi, I'm Emma. I work with Cricut to help you get the best out of your machines. Cricut is a range of tools, machines and accessories that allow you to work with hundreds of materials. I love Cricut because it allows me to take craft projects I have in my head and make them a reality. You can customise and personalise your papercraft projects, your home decor, clothing. You can work with iron-on vinyl, paper, card, wood, fabrics. The possibilities are endless. On the shows, I hope I can inspire you with ideas to help you become your creative best with Cricut. So make sure you don't miss the Cricut shows.
Hi, I'm Jean, and together with my partner Malcolm, we run a small business in the northeast of England called Crafty Individuals. Personally, my background is in art and design and crafting, and most of the designs have been created by myself. So do pull up a pew and join us on the shows. We can't wait to see you there.
Hi, my name's Barbara Gray from Clarity Stamp, and how did I get here? Well, when my children, Grace and Mark, were born, I left the corporate world and I took up crafting full time. If you like my style and you like what I do, then please join me, Barbara Gray.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you're well and having a lovely night, and I hope you are enjoying staying with us here at the Craft Store. We are live all the way through until 10 p.m, but then we've got a whole host of shows going on throughout the night. We are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, full of inspiration. We've got a fabulous one-day special lined up for you. African wax fabrics, they're world-renowned and recognisable throughout the world as well. Instantly recognisable because the pattern goes on both sides perfectly, and that makes them quite unique. They are 100% cotton as well, so you've got fabulous quality and you've got vibrant patterns which are absolutely incredible. Even if you use just a thin strip of your beautiful fabric pieces, you will still capture the essence that was intended in the making, my word. And the time it takes to make and create these patterns and the fabrics, well, it's pretty incredible, it really is. So you're buying something that not only has taken time, but also have the quality of those printed fabrics as well. We've got some great deals, we've got meters, we've got half meters for you, and I've got a fabulous guest as well. We've got Angie with us. How are you, Angie?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, very well.
First time we've worked together.
Yes, it is.
Lovely, lovely,
Great.
lovely to be with you. Now, you are a designer and an expert quilter.
Yeah.
So
well, a crazy quilter.
Oh, I like that. Crazy quilting. So what do you love about these fabrics?
Well, as I was saying earlier, I've not been working with them too long, actually, just this year. But I absolutely adore. Previously to my textile career, I was a graphic designer, so instantly drawn to all the pattern and shape, obviously. But it's really helped me as well work more with colour.
Yes.
You know, to me, well, quilting full stop has made me more adventurous with colour.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just wonderful, aren't they? The depths of colour, the patterns, they're just amazing.
They really are, and you're quite right. Using colour, I think more and more colour is coming into our homes here in the UK, and we're making our cushions, we're making upholstery, we're upcycling furniture, making little footstools, making clothing, not just for us, for our pets as well, little coats and scarves and things like that. So we're adding colour, and even if you're just adding a patch of colour to a shirt or a jacket or a top, it makes all the difference, and it's all the trend. It's all the trend at the moment. So what we've got lined up for you is a fabulous deal, and it means you've got the chance to divide the cost as well. So let's take you through the different options, and we've got some quite nice names as well. So you've got a 44-piece layered pie, and you get 4 of each pattern, and you're also getting a 20-piece cake roll. They've got some gorgeous names, haven't they? It just makes me feel hungry. Right, so we have got different options for you. The size, well, they're 10 inches, aren't they? 10-inch squares.
Yeah.
And the strips, they work out to be 2.5
inch.
2.5
but
inch.
they're long, as I said, the plain colours, the solid colours are 58 inches wide, thereabouts. So they're wider than regular.
Gosh, yeah, so that's, it's a good size to start working with, whether you're quilting or doing any other kind of projects. Shall we go through the options? My goodness. Now, the first one is called the Blue Slush. Yeah. What a name. Predominantly blue, as you can see, but again, the patterns are quite extraordinary, and you've got lots of different colours to go alongside that blue. And if I just take the top one off, you can see it is the same each side, and it's the quality of the fabrics, isn't it, Angie?
Yeah, they've got a stiffness to them. Some are stiffer than others, but that does actually, when you wash your project or wash the fabrics beforehand, if if you're buying it by the metre, when you wash them, that does soften.
Yeah.
And they are 100% cotton.
I really like the fact that you can see the pattern exactly the same on both sides.
It's very tricky to see which side is the right side on some of them.
Yeah. Beautiful fabrics. You might see some of the fabrics on repeat, but in different colours. This is a lovely one because with the bird in particular, you could cut that out and have that as an applique. Use the rest of the stripes as well for different options. How about journaling, covers for journals, for example?
Yeah.
That'd be really nice. And I think with all of the fabrics, even if you were just to sew them together randomly, they would still look absolutely fantastic.
Which is kind of what I did here a few months ago behind me, Janice.
Wow.
So this was kind of taking, sort of the 2.5-inch strips and the little 5-inch squares. And I just wanted to show people how, because some people can be a little bit intimidated by all that colour and pattern.
Yes,
but just separating it with a little bit of plain.
That's marvellous.
That
lovely?
It works. And I didn't think about placement, you know.
You just did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what's nice about it? It looks designer, doesn't it? From the word go, all of these fabrics look like designer fabrics. So this particular layered pie comes with your mustard roll. These colours very, very in at the moment, blues and mustards and greys. So a good idea maybe to pop that one into your basket. Like we say, even if you just use a thin strip of this to add an accent to a project or something like that, it's going to look absolutely fantastic. The next one, this is your Tudor jumps. Your Tudor jumps. Do you know what? I'm just looking at these. This might be my favourite. I like the colours in here.
That's a gorgeous pattern as well, isn't it?
Lovely. That one reminds me of something from like the 1970s. Very retro, but very on trend.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
And remember, you're getting 4 of these pieces.
I love that tealy colour in there.
It's beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. This kind of pattern, let me just bring that forward. That's something that you do in your mixed media projects with your stamps. and all your different paints and layers. So you can see how your card making, your your love of mixed media will cross over into fabric. And just because we're talking about fabric, you don't have to be making quilts or haberdashery style. You could be using these for your journal covers or in your journaling. You could use these and add your different threads to these to do embroidery and make them even better than they are. So the predominant colours going through here, I would say, are your purples and your greens. You've got some beautiful yellows in there as well, absolutely spectacular. And this particular layered pie comes with your purple roll at the bottom, so you can see how we've blended in the colours. The next up, you've got Bye Bye Rain, and I was looking at this earlier actually in the top one, Angie. In this one here, that I thought looked almost like a bit of a butterfly and a bee in there. If you have a look, just there, look.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, like a little insect.
It's very sort of dragons to me.
It is, yeah, dragons and wings.
But I've not seen it in that colourway. I've only worked with it in red, you know, which is very sort of Chinese dragons.
Yeah, it could be.
That, yeah,
remember, these are the same each side. So your predominant colours in there, well, it's an all sort colours, but we've got lots of this particular design in here as well. And you get the bottle green roll with this particular option. $39.98. You're saving £10. It's an incredible deal for a 44-piece layer pie and 20-piece fabric cake roll. In other words, you've got 10 by 10 inch fabric squares, 4 of each. You've got 44 in total, 10 designs, and you're also getting your roll as well. The next one is Heaven Opens. I do like this one. This comes to you with the navy roll, so you've got some lovely coral pinks in here. You've got some turquoise colours. That's the red. That looks incredible.
That's that design, yeah. I think it's the same design, isn't it?
It's a similar design. I think that's, yeah. I think that could be a bit larger in its design. Wow. Imagine just cutting out those elements, absolutely incredible. And then moving down, you can see the other patterns that we've got in here, really starting to build up those wonderful colours. There's that bird again, but in a different colour. These could be pathways if you've got any kind of design that you're going on for animals, like dinosaurs. Love those. And that comes to you with the blue roll at the bottom. Your next option, this is Spring Revival, and this one comes with the, is it the damson we're calling that in colour? It's like a wine colour. And I would probably say with this would be instantly recognisable as an African style fabric. A little bit like batiks, aren't they?
I think the colours as well, I was saying that particular selection, it's very safari.
Yeah, beautiful.
Beautiful sandy colours, but with those kind of autumn shades too.
Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Remember, you're getting 4 of these pieces. That is superb. Again, it all looks like designer fabrics, but you're getting so much. 44 pieces in total for all of your different projects. And my word, you will be adding a bit of colour to your designs. But remember, these could go a long, long way because you could be mixing these with your plain fabrics. And we do have some plain filler fabrics on the show as well. Right, we've got more for you. We've got more for you. Now, these are your favourites, aren't they, Angie? So we've clustered these into sets of 5 half-metre pieces.
I was having a conversation with a lovely buyer here, and she said, wouldn't it be great for you to choose your fabrics, your favourites? So I had to, I went through about 125 images.
Did you?
One day.
Wow.
And, made lots of notes.
Right, so let's start with the first set. This is your Starry Flow. Why put these together?
Well, I just loved all of these for their floral attributes. Some are very obvious, you know, with sort of, like you say, you could cut out and use the flowers individually. And some are just more like complete, you know, floral backdrops almost. They're gorgeous.
That is incredible.
Stunning.
Yeah.
And great for sort of, like you say, bag making or, you know, sort of, you know, well, any kind of project really.
Now, do you know what I love about this one? I love the background in this particular colour, but I like the way you've got these lighter leaves that are popping.
Yeah.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. Very, very inspirational. And again, the colours that are used are, You've got this beautiful pink underneath with the yellows and the blues, colours I wouldn't normally put together, but I'm absolutely loving. I really, really am. So that's your first set. If anybody wanted 2 of these, would it be in a continuous cut? I think it would be. Yeah, perfect. Right, so £24.85, saving £5 on your deal. Your next section is geometric vision.
Yeah.
Why these together, Angie?
Well, I looked at the geometrics because in patchwork in particular, we're told to steer away from anything sort of stripy or, you know, too geometric. And I thought actually these would be fun not to chop up so much. As, you know, they do work chopped up, but actually to save time, you could just quilt along some of the geometric lines in these and you've already got, you know, it can already look as if you've done a lot of work.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
And just use that. And then the other ones that you're coming to, they've got gorgeous borders almost.
Wow.
You know, so, you know, as table runners or placemats and things like that, or even, like you say, on bags, I think they would just be stunning.
Actually, I'm just going to get this one out because...
I love the fact that it's almost like more than one fabric.
And you're quite right. You know, when you get these home and you feel the quality.
Quality is lovely.
It's amazing. Just to open this out, just wanted to show you, because you could actually just use that as like you say, it's like a table runner. If you were to cut that in half and then add the other half to it, because you've already got that wonderful border on there. And they get softer as you wash them, but they feel extraordinary, don't they?
It's a really nice quality.
Love that one. Very
love
vibrant.
that as a scarf.
Oh, do you know what?
It's beautiful.
You absolutely could. Almost. Let me just get this round here. A bit dapper. Almost like a cravat, like a tootle scarf. Other scarves are available.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, a little brooch there for a male or female.
Definitely.
Or a Janice. Or tying in the hair like that.
Oh yeah.
Would look. Just adding a bit of colour.
Amazing.
It's just it's about adding. Well, you know. I might put one on later, just like that. It's about adding colour, isn't it? And sometimes when you've got the fabric that's already got the beautiful colours to it, then you could do something like that. Just pick it up, like Angie says, and just use it as a scarf. That one is incredible. Love that. Right, your next option is your orange cream. So we've got some beautiful oranges and blues and creams in here. Why these together, Angie?
I think I was just, the oranges, the depth of colour in all of these fabrics, but particularly the oranges, I think they're just gorgeous, aren't they?
They really
the
are.
one on the very end is my absolute favourite out of all of them.
Is it?
So I had to choose an orange collection.
This one?
Yeah.
It's like camouflage, isn't it?
I've got to make myself some clothing out of that.
That,
just
yeah.
love it.
That's beautiful.
I just
and
love
again,
a tunic or something.
Each side's
Yeah.
the same. So if you did have to turn it over, for example, it's going to match. Or if you were to make a bag, I like the way that it's got your panels in here. So you've got one there, you've got that particular side, and that one. So you could cut this up.
Yeah,
and have
the
it in
middle
sections.
bit's denser pattern, isn't it?
Yeah. That would make some beautiful clothing. A nice skirt or a dress or a shirt, for example, back into a waistcoat. I can see why you love that. That's absolutely incredible. So those are your options, and you've got